Alrighty, everyone, welcome to a bit of a test stream. So, as we mentioned previously, whenever Brad and I have talked shit through the chat and all the rest of that, we tend to, enjoy talking and covering various things and all the rest of that. So, we've actually set up a new thing that we're going to hopefully keep on doing, which is a regular bit of a sort of live stream chat thing, one where we can interview people, we can bring people in, have a bit of a chat or whatever else like that, and just go over whatever we want to and all the rest of that. So let me know, people in chat, how does it sound? Is it sounding okay? Are things working the way that they should? Let me know. Give me thumbs up in chat. Do something. Well, while waiting for some confirmation there, let's bring in Brad. He's not there. Where is he? Well,
What's going on?
I'm the great Cornholio.
Long time no talk.
Indeed, I know, right? It's crazy. Except one thing I am going to do.
How's that?
Is I'm going to
My first question.
Yes.
How's that? When you said it's time to show Brad's show the truth. What were you talking about with my FYM 2000 boards? You said it's time to release a video about my boards.
Yep.
But you said that 2 weeks ago.
I know.
So it's not. It wasn't time, was it? It was like 2 weeks.
Look,
it's like you gotta let it ferment.
I'm a white kid who was raised in a Polynesian household. Okay, time is a fluid concept.
It's a bit like making a pickle. You gotta let it. You gotta let the flavour spread throughout the video. And let it all the intricacies emerge over that time. You can't rush these things. It's like a good whiskey; it takes time.
I'll have to take your word on that one there, because it doesn't work for me, man.
It's like it's like good sauerkraut. You gotta let it develop.
Sauerkraut, yeah.
Yeah. So what's on the bench today, buddy?
What's on the bench today isn't a huge amount. Yeah. All right, so we're still on the low volume side apparently. Yeah, I'm still going to go through and do all the finer bits of the filters.
3dB, come on, what's 3dB?
Sitting there with this calculator.
On you, Thomas.
Do you have any on your end? Do you have any plugins or anything that's going on with your audio processor, or is it just straight raw?
Straight raw, because I am using the OBS virtual camera, but that doesn't process the audio. I haven't figured out how to. No, so I'm just running. I'm raw dogging it straight from the Sony camera from via USB. So I'm using the Sony camera as the interface.
Yep.
And just got my Rode Wireless Go 2 plugged into the auxiliary audio input of the camera.
All right. Well, let's make you sound a little bit nicer then. Bring that down.
Yeah, I normally do have a thing to stop. I normally have a bit of a scoop happening, bit of a bass boost, so I can sort of sound more like Lyle. And a bit of a treble boost because the headset mic's a bit lacking in the top end, unless it's right in front of your mouth.
I can hear a fair bit of sibilance.
It's not too bad at the moment because I got my beard trimmed. Looks like a natural pop filter.
Nice.
The Audio Technica ATM 3346 or whatever it was, that beige coloured one that I had sounded phenomenal, but it also was like a $400 mic, $300 mic. So I had a customer that had a gig. He's a one-man show dude. Yeah. Plays amazing musician actually, but he's like a one-man show. He goes to like nursing homes and stuff and entertains them, but he also has gigs. He needed one. He had one of those big bulky ones that comes with like the Changyo or whatever karaoke things, and it looked comical how big it was. It was held together by gaff tape. I said, mate, look,
nice.
I've got this one here. It is used. I can do you a good price on it. I've only used it a dozen times or something, and he used that with the wireless pack and the Audio Technica one, and he was blown away ever since. He's like, oh man, I've been struggling with that one for so long, and now I can't even tell I'm wearing anything. It's so small.
Yeah. It's like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah, fucking Simpsons.
I know, right? Look, the Simpsons have done everything. That's just the way. This is the way it is.
I know it has, And they've predicted so much.
when you've
I
been
still
around
can't
that
get over
long, just throwing random shit against the wall,
just-
there's going to be some hits.
It's just it's mathematical certainty, eh? It's like how you see patterns in randomness.
Classic.
So, what? Tell the guys about software we're using at the moment, and this is a free one, is it? Video Ninja.
Yeah, so basically, I've just done the the cursory setup and all the rest of that through OBS. So OBS allows us to go through and have the scenes and all the rest of that. So we can go, for example, between this and taking a look at sort of like Windows and all the rest of that, and see whatever's there, YouTube videos or websites or articles and all the rest of that. And then, of course, go back to where we are. But the actual interface between Brad and myself is through a open source bit of software called Video Ninja. So let me just bring it up here. There we go. Yeah. No, you mofo.
So no watermark either.
No, of course not, because it's open source.
Well, they're not. They got nothing to sell you. Yeah.
Nah.
Can you donate?
Yeah.
Cool. I like going open source and then donating generously. I think that the model that I like. I know the average person doesn't, but
so basically what this is point to point. So it's sending data directly from me through to you and all the rest of that. And the way that I've got it set up is allowing me to be able to share this screen, for example, to you as a virtual camera. But it also means that we can bring in anyone that we want to chat to and not have to pay money to predatory companies like StreamYard and all the rest of that make things crap. And I can do whatever I want with it. So I can make it look better. I can make it look worse. We can bring it...
Make it look worse.
Yeah, exactly. We can bring in up to 16 people at once, which would
we
be
need to solarize. 16 people?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the mayhem? Jesus Christ. I bet everyone has bad memories from Zoom meetings during COVID when they were still getting their head around Zoom. Like, I remember when it first kicked off, we're like sitting around at home drinking by ourselves. We had the occasional phone call. Everyone was just alcoholics during that whole period. And maybe I'm just speaking from experience. But you'd have these get-togethers or you'd catch up on the phone, but it didn't feel like hanging out, and we needed that fulfillment of seeing each other's faces and having drinks together.
Yeah.
So I said, there must be like some conferencing software or something that we can use. Like, I'm sure the tech nerds all have something that they chat on, or the corporate dickheads. So I looked into it, and I think we all discovered Zoom at the same time, and you should have seen their share price. It went just like a fucking wall.
But then, like, their stuff ended up becoming like shit, because now you got to pay for like, subscription fees and all the rest of it.
They
work, so.
They frantically figured out how to monetize everything, and then obviously all the quality went to shit. For a while there, they had a good musicians mode, I think they called it, where it was like the latency was so low you could almost play along with someone, and they were using that for, I'm sure you were aware of that, they were using that for like music lessons and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I think that went to shit, or they got rid of it because it was too intensive on the servers or something like that. But
that's literally what I did with the music school when we were in COVID lockdown. We did lessons via Zoom using their
it was Zoom,
music
was it?
mode. Yeah, because it worked and it was brilliant. So I paid for the subscription. I basically set up computers at home for all of my teachers, because I had at that point 4 or 5 of them.
Man.
Yeah, got them all set up, and it was brilliant. And we were able to keep probably about 90% of our students.
Yeah, I was watching a bit. I wasn't as dialed in, but I was watching you through that period, and the extent you went to accommodate everyone in the music school was quite inspirational. I often think about that and try to sort of live up to that standard a bit as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it was very admirable. And during a period when art really mattered too, it makes me wonder what would happen if COVID happened now. You know?
Look, let's be honest. Right now in the US, they can't even sort their own shit out, so they're literally shitting their own guts out because they got rid of like checking things.
I'm not so much talking about the actual like the disease parameter of it, or how much it would have been devastating. Obviously, would have a lot more, but the socio thing and how many people are just tuned out now. Like you've probably noticed on like just personal social media profiles, how many people have just stopped posting and they just don't log in anymore. No one cares anymore.
Seriously,
you know,
like you go on something like Facebook and it's just bot.
Yeah, it's just
AI
bot, man.
crap, AI
Yeah.
crap. Southeast Asian people posting stuff to get rage bait to make their
Yeah.
$10
Yeah.
a day, and
Because that's reasonable to them, Like that's what happens when you're using actual people, not just bots from the third world. Like they make $3 a day. That's actually a living, and it's worth their while. And
it
it's
is
fucking scary.
We have reached the point of dead internet theory. Like it's not even like dead internet theory is like gravity and relativity now. We are just sharing.
Just a certainty.
It is so fucking depressing seeing how it is. Like I stopped using Facebook for the business because no engagement, and the engagement that was there was always the same, like 4 people, and didn't bring in any extra business. Whatever, people somehow my website, people search me and they still manage to find me just for like random repairs. Unfortunately, I did have one guy that just refuses to use the booking thing, and he just keeps turning up when I'm not here, and I'm like, here's a link.
Yeah.
You've been sent a link. Click the link, book your appointment. But he just refuses to.
I've got a few that never look up the shop hours, even though they never change. And they just always turn up on Mondays or after hours and Saturdays. And I've got a few that always ring or always message before they come, like even during shop hours. So it's like the two extremes. Because like if I had a home business, I would appreciate people messaging me before they came, because you never know if I'm running out to the shops or whatever. But as a shop, like a shop front, I think a lot of people still consider it like a little hobby shop rather than a actual full-time gig.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just my personal sort of
honestly,
personality.
I'm glad I got rid of the physical shopfront thing, because first of all, the rents are insane. Second of all, it wasn't worth it in the end. The only people who are walking in buying things occasionally, it's like, okay, I can't compete with the big guys. They've eaten up everything. There are no music stores east of where I am, with the exception of Manny's and like 1 or 2 used stores. That's it. Everyone's gone. It's all, you can't compete anymore.
Yeah, everything's computer.
Everything is computer.
So yeah, unless you're e-commerce champion of the world, like we sell fuck all online, but it is good to have the shop. And when people do come in, some people do still appreciate, Luddites like us, they do appreciate going to an actual store. And we do make some decent sales on that. And the online store serves more of just inventory, like a catalogue of what we have available in the store. So that sort of works, but it's borderline not worth it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, the online thing for me used to be kind of okay, but then everyone broke SEO, and you had the big guys that were just gutting the price on everything, and you can't compete. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Forget it. I just went and think. However, I do have a new thing that's coming out soon. Been working on a new website for the Dr. Gear thing, which will just do its thing and be mainly about the repairs and whatnot. But I've got a new website coming out, which is musicparts.shop, which just sells parts from the eyes of a tech. So it'll be things, not only just like instrument parts, like bridges and hardware and all the rest of that a lot of other guys don't carry, but things like amp parts, synth parts, vintage parts, used bits and pieces.
Synth parts would be great. You'd be the only one in Australia.
Pretty much. Even like tubes goes against my ethos, but I'll start selling them with the caveat.
Playing with fire there, buddy.
Well, the caveat, of course, is they're only warranted if installed by a professional technician. You can't trust end users, least of all with the issues of the conductive tube bases that seem to be happening, courtesy of your information.
I haven't really made much of a splash about that yet, but it's a big factor. If you don't know champions, a lot of the valves we use, and some older ones as well, ones that are in existing amps, are suffering from conductive phenolic bases. So the Bakelite bases are actually conducting, and then that's causing bias drift that people are misdiagnosing to the amp. And they'll do an amp repair, and then they'll fire it up, and while the Bakelite's cold, the next tech goes, she's sweet as, she's nice and stable. But you give it more time, and it heats up, and actually the bias starts running away due to leakage generally from pin 3 and 4 to pin 5. So,
Yep.
Always something out to fuck us, eh?
Well, here we go. If I can, speaking of leakage and runaway and all the rest of that, the next time anyone says, "Oh, but you just need to isolate the board and blah 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 blah," eat my ass. Here we go. Here is a JCM 2000 board right there that has had the bias done and blah 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 with little fly leads and everything all just hanging off.
Go full screen for it.
It still ran away. Your audio will disappear.
They still do, man.
So there we go. There we go. So there we go. So regardless of what people might say, that is one that has been fully isolated, as people said, and it still ran away to shit. That is just what happens with them.
I've had guys that have bought that, what is it, Dr. Tube biostability kit, and that's lasted 3-4 months, 6 months, and then it started failing again, and then they just committed to one of my boards.
When I first started doing this, I used to use them. I still have one left in stock. I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, right.
But all the ones that I did back 8-9 years ago, I've redone them all now. So they've all had replacement boards.
Yeah. TK just said he's got a video on his channel proving that proving it if anybody doesn't believe it. I think I saw that, Thomas. Yeah, it's basically eventually it gets so bad that literally the heater voltage leaks into the AC heater voltage leaks into the signal, and if 6.3 volts can leak into the signal, imagine how poorly biased every triode stage would be.
Exactly.
The thing would sound nothing like it was designed to.
It's just absolutely fucking annoying. But yeah, as TK is saying, he's got a video on his channel proving that everyone doesn't believe it, but that doesn't matter. Do you know how many people I still get who comment on a short of mine about the best Matons, the ones that didn't have the AP series pickup outs on there, and they go, "Oh, I've never seen that." Like, dude, I posted this thing up 3 years ago, and you guys are still getting mad about it. And then I'll just link them to Brad's video where it's like, Maton lifting bridge, Maton lifting bridge, Maton lifting bridge, Maton lifting bridge, Maton not lifting bridge because it's an old one.
Exactly, it's CW. I had someone leave a comment. I think it was on one of my shorts as well, and I thought he was joking. I thought it was a very funny joke. I thought he was very tongue-in-cheek, taking the piss out of everyone. He wrote something like, I've had 25 Matons and none of them ever had that single problem ever. And I thought he was taking the piss because everyone's like, I've had 6 Matons, I've never had that problem. Turns out he actually did own 25 Matons, and none of them had the problem. And he says none of them had the problem, and I got to take him at his word. So now it's like every Maton's good because 25 that he had didn't have a problem. It's sort of like, that's not how statistics works, but you might have also babied them. You might not be touring with them. So there's different case scenarios,
We call
I'm not
that
flat out saying
survivor
all
bias.
Matons suck. Yeah, that's survivor bias. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying that Matons suck. I do like Matons. It's just I wish they'd designed the bridge differently. That's all.
Well, interesting thing, because I've done some repair work and that for Mark Lazotte Diesel. I do electronic stuff for him. And another guy does Luthery stuff for him. And he was actually pissed off at Maton about the change to his mini Maton models that they did, because they didn't apparently speak to him about it. Because they put in the split bridge in there, like a Takamine. Yeah, which is a great change. I think it's a good thing, but it's still the same pickup. But being a 22-inch short scale, there's so much less tension on them, and they've got such a thick top comparatively, so you don't get the same issues. It's still a stupid pickup
well, just
system.
having the shorter span of the bracing helps too on a smaller body. I've got a Takamine here at the moment that's got the same issue, actually. They moved to individual holes later on, but this one was one of the big hole cutouts, so... I could do a video on it, but then all the Takamine fans will come after me too. So,
but then again, the thing is with Takamine is that they actually did reinforce the area considerably. The bridge plates on them are so thick. I have one.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. This one wasn't helped, but I think it was exposed to heat too because it's got some other issues as well. So.
Yeah. Okay, so got some comments and various things here. So in reference to Zoom, Usual Things One said, they thought that investment would go on forever and fell off of a cliff. I mean, that's just capitalism. They think that infinite growth is infinite. We'll just keep going. All these companies do.
It's just the simplest mind can understand that exponential doesn't work forever.
Exactly. Then, of course, we've got Coldaker, who's asking, how many people can you have on at once with Video Ninja? Up to 16.
It's enough for a party, brother.
Exactly. You know, plenty enough to get into an argument and all the rest of that.
Like, you only need 2 people for that.
Yeah.
Or 1, if you're schizophrenic.
I mean, half the people that comment on our videos, oh my God. I still get people who go on to the video about the Epiphone and still like, even though like it's obviously
it's calmed down on my channel.
Yeah,
my channel's calmed right down. I think everyone's sort of getting along.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the rabid lunatics have shut up a little bit now because they're sort of reaping what they're sowing. A little bit.
Yeah.
Having said that, something happened to the algorithm. I remember I went to say something towards the end of my stream. I just streamed before this one, and it just escaped my mind. I think I was thinking about my cup of tea more than what I was speaking about. But I had a glitch in Facebook. The account got like not restricted, well, kind of restricted. It wouldn't show it to people that didn't already follow it for a while because something in the algorithm flagged my account, even though it's been there since fucking 20 friggin' 12 or something. And eventually I just asked for a review, and it must have got a set of human eyes across it, and they determined nothing was wrong, so they restored it fully. Since it got restored fully, it's like as a consolation prize, they gave me a little algo boost. Because I put a photo up, and normally I get like 3 comments, 4 likes. It got like 150 comments, like 300 likes. I'm like, what's going on? And it started to piss me off because the notifications were building up. And I had to scroll back and figure out what was an actual comment or message or what. I'm like, damn it, this is like another job now.
Oh, the way that the notifications and everything work on this platform is just, it's so dumb now. I'm so glad. I'm on there, my personal account, mainly to argue with idiots. And obviously speak to the other techs that we know, because it's good to be able to have that sort of like, you know, community that people can sort of like ask questions of. But then you've got all the random dumb shit, and I'm just like, you know what? Nah, I'm out.
You just got to dial it out, man. I mean, even emails these days, like I try to answer everyone, but I get so many emails, just people asking to volunteer for me, or like asking what amp they should buy. I just don't have time to even answer them, man. It's like, okay. Not only that, you just don't have the bandwidth. Like at the end of the day is when you're supposed to be answering this shit, but I've got like 20 minutes before my brain just goes, no more. You're not doing any more work. You need to sit there and stare into the blackness for a while.
I love when people like contact you, like, and they ask you all these like questions, like they just want free advice. It's like, okay, cool. Who are you? What makes you think you're entitled to my time? And
a lot of them are very sort of like, send me an invoice for a consultation. That's fine. Like, and I'm like, I feel like a douche doing that, and then I feel like I owe you something. Then, so I just.
If someone's paying for my time, they're paying.
I'd rather just not. Yeah, I'd rather just walk away, but it's hard to do that politely. But I mean, I find it flattering, to be honest. I love to help them out, and what often happens is I'll build a backlog of these questions, and what I've realised these days is people need some kind of response, or they feel like they're getting ignored. So I just write, look, I've received your message. Let me think about it for a while. I'll get back to you with a more thoughtful response later. Can't guarantee when that'll be, but I've got like a canned response like that I just tell them, and then when I finally get a day or two off, while Michelle's sleeping until fucking midday, I'll sit there and I'll sit there and just think about the thing and give it a bit more thought, and then answer them. But yeah, sometimes when it's just like, what amp should I buy that's not yours? It's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, look, I jump onto platforms like Facebook. I jump onto Reddit. I go into all those things. I'll just randomly answer questions, but then you get people that
you just get hatred back.
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there that are just Dunning-Kruger personified, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna rip into you. I don't give a fuck. Come on, let's do this. It's like I'm here giving my, well-educated, information to someone. I'm not charging anything. You know, I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart and because I want a bit of an ego boost. Yeah, it's nice to be able to help people and get, you know.
Let's not get it twisted. It's ego boost as well.
Exactly. You know, it's good to know that, okay, yes, I know stuff. You know, I know things, I can share things, I can do all that kind of jazz. But then you get like idiots who don't know stuff, and then they want to like try and tell you that you're wrong. Like, okay, so you're someone who can barely tell their own elbow from their asshole, but you want to tell me that I'm wrong. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was explaining to Michelle the other day how Cunningham's law works.
I love Cunningham's law.
Yeah. It is Cunningham's law, isn't it? How, if you want the answer, you just
put post wrong on the internet.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Because I was saying that's how you actually get correct information is by posting confidently something wrong, and then people will correct you. But if you actually genuinely come in like hat in hand and ask that question, like everyone will just ignore you. It's like, not too hard. I don't have a chance to boost my own ego, so they won't help. But that's literally what it is. It's ego boosting is what makes Cunningham's law work.
Yeah. I need to swing this around.
Yeah, that's right. So just looking at the comments, Diablo Vapors says there used to be 9 musical instrument stores along Parramatta Road off Annandale, all gone. Last was Downtown Music.
There used to be more. I actually went down this the other day because I
used to live there.
Yeah, well, because I was looking at a premises on Parramatta Road in Petersham to potentially set something up with some friends as like a venue type thing. And then I was
what kind of venue? 6?
Nope, not on this stream. But no,
that's a members only question.
Exactly,
the highest tier.
But you know, I had and then I was like remembering, it's like I used to come along here and buy from shops, and there was this one store I couldn't remember the name of, so I went on to Google Maps. Street View, and I rewound it back to 2007, 2008, and I went down.
I mean, you can wind
street.
that back, can you?
Yeah, can wind it back to.
I didn't know you could do that.
times.
I tried to do that the other day, and I couldn't.
If it's there, you can.
Well, no, sorry, it's not that I couldn't. It's that I didn't know that you could. I was too stupid. Yeah, right. I'll look into that.
Do that. So I did that, and I went down Parramatta Road, and I found the name of the shop that used to exist that I've forgotten. It was Music City. That was there because you had Music City.
Didn't that become Barber's Music City?
No, completely different.
No?
No.
Oh, was it?
Different thing, yeah.
Okay.
There was.
I remember the logo. It had like stretched writing, vertically stretched font. No?
It was like
a
resistor symbol, like the squiggly resistor symbol behind you.
Okay.
But no, there was them, there was bass people, there was like, I went down there and I think it was like 13, like between 2007 and 2015, there was about 13 shops that inhabited
and it was
that
so
road at
random.
points.
What a weird spot too, because it was there was no live music venues right
yes,
there.
Yes, there was. Shitloads.
Well, they were all over. Oh, hang on, are you talking Petersham? I'm talking Annandale.
Parramatta Road. All the way from Camperdown.
Well, there was
Camperdown through Petersham. No, like, you got to remember, these shops, a lot of them were established back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, where you had the Petersham, and you had various pubs along the venue, and you had, like, ones in the offside streets as well. So you had a whole stack of music stores servicing the area as well as the inner west, and because we used to have like areas where you'd have like shops set up, like here's an area where you'd have like all of the music stores, there's an area down there like Auto Alley, Parramatta Road, all the car stores along there, right?
I remember
that's
all
how
the friggin'
things
ads.
were. Yeah, and then Parramatta Road was so many of those shops. I used to walk along there and like go, this place is cool and that, and see all this kind of shit. And none of it exists anymore. None. Downtown Music was the last store that was there, and they finally like went under last year, around the time I closed my shop.
So it's kind of a combination of everything. It's online shopping. It's fucking kids aren't going out or drinking as much. There's less of a music scene. It's also the real estate speculation, cost of living. It's also the lockout laws in Sydney. Everything just combined to be a clusterfuck. It's not just Sydney, though, but everything in Sydney was like... all the planets were aligned to fuck the music industry in Sydney.
Got absolutely fucking hammered.
Yeah, and Liberal fucking... state government was a big one.
fucking Mike Baird,
Gladys,
that
well, it
bastard.
goes back to Mike Baird and Gladys Barbecue Chicken.
Yep.
She
Bin
just
chicken.
carried it all on. Fuck, what's happened to Bin Chicken these days? Fuck, she was like, she was something to look at. I fucking tell you what, eh? Some of those press shots, you're just like, you fucking jump scare when you turn on the news. You're like, oh Jesus!
Almost good as evil fucking as evil Dutton.
They should have had like a trigger warning when they were running a front page article with fucking Gladys, like, you know, when you've got the sealed section in those magazines, just like got to actually peel it open.
Yep. According to Coldacre, oh cool, we used to do 7 to 10 people panels on StreamYard, and the quality sucks once you get beyond 6 people. Yeah, because this is point to point open source, and the way it delegates things, it is much higher quality. It doesn't choke off. It's basically down to the host's bandwidth. And you can set all of the individual things. It's like there are so many like controls you can do in the background. It's crazy.
I gotta say, it's been fucking frictionless so far.
It works, and once this is all properly set up with all the audio and all the things and all of that, then this will be a regular thing that people can chat about. So we got, let's see, Satchmo Eddie. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had my Japanese brain on.
That's his name's Seth.
Seth, there you go.
You know
Shitty
Seth
Passivation.
from the Tube Amp groups.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bolgan. Bulga? Yeah, there we go.
I hate to dox you, Seth, but too late.
There you go. Shitty passivation process on whoever made Marshall boards, yeah, and they just kept going on. The worst part is they actually knew that it was a problem, but they didn't care because it went past the warranty periods. However, they didn't realise that countries like Australia actually have proper warranty laws, so Alpha was replacing boards under warranty until like 3 years ago.
They pretend they wouldn't be forward in telling you though. They're just like, wait until you actually knew the law, and then if you knew it, they go, okay.
Meanwhile, like as a complete opposite to that, okay, Yamaha had a production error on a couple of models of the Arius digital pianos, and basically a board in there would go bad. They were authorizing all the way up until last year automatic repairs on that. So they went out and contacted all the customers they could to fix them, but there were ones they couldn't get in contact with. Customers would contact them, and we would repair them. These digital pianos came out in 2010. That's the difference between companies. Like, that's why I'll always say to people, Yamaha are just on point.
I keep telling people.
Yeah. Here we go. Some more
poor
things.
Luke. Oh,
Poor Luke?
Poor Luke, he bought a keyboard, and it was one of those Beal pianos.
Yeah. They're made by a random Chinese
and now
company.
it's already failed.
Yep.
It's already failed, and he's like, "Oh, can you get me parts?" I'm like, "Brother, no one can get you parts for that thing. I'm sorry."
They are literally write-off units, so they work.
Yeah, that's what I told him. Yeah. And I've had a few people ask about it, and I'm just like, "Nope, sorry."
Paul Crane 17 used to live on King Street apparently, and is Pete's Musicians Market still there? Yes, he is still there, but for how much longer is probably unknown. He is basically at retirement age, and he's been thinking about packing up and moving on, which is fair enough. And once he's gone, that's it, because the rent that he pays on that shop to the original owner, who's owned it for God knows how long, is very, very low. And once he leaves, they will up that rent. It will be literally quadruple what he's currently paying, most likely.
That's cool that they're keeping it there for him, though. That's
some
that's
people
good to
like
see.
that.
There's some fucking decent people out there, eh?
The rest of them
I'll
along
put a
here,
lot of shit on landlords, but
look, it's because they deserve to have shit put on them and be dragged through the streets. But that's another thing.
Shush, mine might be watching.
Oh, here we go. Hot dogs cut into small segments. Oh, we got our first hate comment. Awesome. Kind of shitty to laugh about a woman's appearance when you guys look like that. Has nothing to do with the fact that she's just a woman. Like, okay, that's just fucking.
You can laugh.
Shit
You can laugh about my. You can laugh about my appearance all you want, buddy.
Exactly. Look, we're going to laugh at all of them because we've made fun of the Spud, a.k.a. Peter Dutton. We have made fun of many people and their appearances because we believe that they are terrible people, and therefore it opens them up to that kind of insult. Sorry, I'm not going to try and pull some moral high ground here.
If she was a cool person, that coolness would exude from within. It wouldn't matter what you look like. But when you're a cunt, you it becomes. Yeah. It's almost like it twists your existence, and you just look fucked up.
To quote the old classic movie, it's the vibe. It's the vibe.
It's the vibe, yeah,
It's the vibe, you know. And these people have a very bad vibe, therefore don't care. They are open to any kind of mockery whatsoever. They're the ones who have power.
And again, I don't think the fact she's a woman's got nothing to do with it.
No, it's...
We laugh about, what's his name? Fucking Clive Palmer.
Oh, yeah, Fatty McFuckhead.
And we'll laugh about Rupert Murdoch looking like a melting ball sack.
Oh, yes, seriously, he is just... Oh, and of course, Jabba the Gina.
Jabba the Hutt,
yeah. You know, they're all fucked. They all deserve to be absolutely hammered. This is the same...
I feel like if you're really hateful, it just eventually you end up looking fucked up.
Yeah.
It's something about it, eh? The twists your very being. So,
you know, well, you can't be a good person and be a billionaire. It just doesn't work. So, you know. So
that is a fucking cool. That is a cool profile name though. Hot dogs cut into small segments.
Yeah.
I see some tripped out profile names, but that one's up there. I do like it though. Anything that makes me stop and go.
Wait a minute.
It's good. It's good choice. Good choice, sir. Strong choice, but good choice.
Now I want a hot dog. Damn it! But there's no Harry's wheels or anything around here.
I don't think I've ever wanted a hot dog, eh?
Really? A good hot dog is
just
phenomenal thing.
I like there being some sort of like substance to the sausage, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the proper hot dog uses a proper like Wiener Frankfurt. It's good shit.
Yeah, but none of them do. They're like MDF.
MDF.
Like I like my sausages at least being like chipboard meat, not MDF meat. You know, like the pink slime.
Berlin currywurst is pretty good.
Currywurst.
I
remember when we went to Oktoberfest, we were there with a Bavarian bloke was with us, and he was mates with one of my mates who we met there, and there was a Croatian dude too. He was a massive character. And we sat down. We got into Oktoberfest beer hall at like 7 a.m. Right? They weren't supposed to let us in till like 10, but they've got beer to sell. They moved us in at like 7 a.m. We had the first beer in our hand. It's like 7:15, and we had breakfast, like a Bavarian breakfast, which was Weisswurst. And no one told them that you're supposed to peel the skin off the sausage before you eat it. So someone's just tucking in, and they're like, "No, you got to peel it."
No, you have to suck them out.
You could tell them anything. The tourists, they believe it. I should know. I was one of them.
I just can't wait to be a tourist again at the end of the year. Just get through this shit.
Oh, yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I'm going in the snow. It's going to be good.
Going to the snow? You're going up north Japan, eh?
That's the one.
When are you heading over? Was it September or something?
No, December.
December?
Yeah, we fly out on
when's the snow season start
there? From around late November up north.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're flying out on the 21st, so we'll get up we're flying straight from Sydney to Hokkaido. And yeah, there'll be some snow there, and then we'll hang around for a bit in Hokkaido, and then head down to Aomori, which is the town with the most snow in the world. And yeah,
really,
highest snowfall.
Are you going to? Is it Ginzai as well? Is that
Ginzan?
snow? That's Ginzan. That's it.
Yeah, Ginzan Onsen is the one that everyone sees online, and oh my god, you guys, you have to come check the secret.
Yeah, because there's like 6 buildings, and it's like it's not big,
and it's old fashioned. No, I mean it's a cool looking place, but I don't want to go there. But we are staying at a place called Suigen no Yado, which is a nice sort of ryokan that each of the rooms that we're staying in has the private bath outdoors, so we can just like chill out there, watch the snow, all that kind of jazz. So.
Yeah. Are you sake drinker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like sake?
Yep, I got plenty of it at home.
Are you saying that there's a Sydney Sake Festival?
Yeah, I go every year.
Can I meet you there and drink a lot of sake with you?
Of course.
Excellent, done.
Because every time I go as well, I get one of the square cedar cups.
Yeah.
No drink sake from, but I use them for small holding bits. So I've got like one on my desk at home, which is where all my guitar picks are.
I think I might have told you about this, but Dad used to work for Epson, right?
Yeah, told me.
And Epson, very, very strong Japanese culture at Epson, the printer company. And at the end of the year, they had I think it was like a 30th or 40th anniversary, big party. All the executives from Japan came over to Sydney, and they gave them like heaps of free shit. They had one of those bunch of those big barrels that they crack open for the ceremony and serve sake from. And all of the employees got a one of those boxes. What do they call them? There's a name for them. Something. I can't remember. What you're supposed to do is get the little glass for the sake, put it in the box,
and you pour it until it just overflows.
To show their generosity, you overflow every glass when you pour them a sake, right?
Yep.
So it's supposed to catch the overflow. But here's my dad pissed drinking out of the wooden box.
Well, I mean, that's also a traditional way of doing it as well.
I don't think you even had to use the glass.
No, I mean that's an acceptable way of doing it. Yeah,
oh really? I've been putting shit on him for it, but
now like the modern way of doing it is with the glass and stuff inside there. But yeah, that's what those boxes were for. They were traditionally for Nihonshu.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, sorry, Dad.
It's all right.
We've got Ted Epson, not Epsom with an N, not an M. He's saying Epson, I still use their salts. Good exchange rate with the yen. It is insane with the yen. What are we at? 115?
I think it just hit 115 today, actually. Let me just check because I've been keeping an eye on it.
It's off tap, man.
Where is it? That's what happens when you got shitty bloody leadership. 114.46 right now.
Oh, yeah? We haven't broken 115 yet.
Not yet.
I'm just
getting there.
Like, it's good from our point of view as tourists, but not good for the economy over there.
All of my friends over there are like, the ones that earn in foreign incomes are just like, fuck yeah, this is brilliant.
Oh yeah, they'll be living like kings.
But the ones who are working in Japan for Japanese companies getting paid in yen are just like, fuck man, how are we going to afford food and what are we going to do? Everything is just, oh my God.
That's a worry.
Yeah. Oh my God. The other thing as well is because the missus has a whole bunch of Apple stocks from working for them. And in the last 6 months, the share price has gone up 30.39% in 6 months. Yeah. And every 6 months, she salary sacrifices 10% of her wage to buy stocks every 6 months. So once she gets to the end of the 6 months period, what happens is that the money that gets put aside for salary sacrifice, that 10%, is used to buy stocks from the company at a 15% discount. However, she buys it at the lower of either the opening or the closing price in that 6 month period. So right now, that means that 6 months ago, at the beginning of January, so instead of buying it at the current price of $333 with a discount, she buys it at $258.28. And then add a 15% discount on that. So immediately, she's just added 50% value to that. So it's gone from like $6,000 worth of stocks to 12 grand immediately. And this is why we need to increase the goddamn CGT and make it so that people can't do that they can just make money out of nothing. She makes more out of her bloody...
No offense, you guys aren't doing that like with millions of dollars at a time, but people are.
Yeah.
They're just gutting the world.
Yeah. Like my
Take your wins where you can get them, brother.
Nothing. Yeah. Like my missus did nothing and she earned a chunk of money for that. If you're someone who has $1 million sitting there in stocks and it grows up, okay, great. All you're doing is just horse trading the same couple of pieces of paper around each other. Virtual pieces. Yeah. It's not even real paper anymore. You don't get like a cool stock certificate saying you own a stock at a company anymore.
Yeah, that was pretty cool when you get that, eh? Deutschmarks.
Yeah, exactly. How's my stock portfolio going, Smithers?
Smithers. With the I loved how all the 80s action movies are always fighting over Deutschmarks.
Yep.
How many Deutschmarks? Or cocaine. It was always cocaine or Deutschmarks.
Cocaine them.
It was funny watching the Shell always watches Fast and Furious. I can't stand it, so I just go and watch something else when she's watching that. But it's like a comfort movie.
Yep.
And when you watch the first one, that's like the guys were smuggling like DVD players.
Yeah.
VCRs and shit.
Yep.
And then you look at the later one and it's like there's a bomb to blow up fucking the moon or something. So how'd they get from there to there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so outlandish.
Neil Moffat says the price of rice has been an absolute killer. Went from 1,500 per 5 kilo to 4,000 plus. Yeah, it is insane.
Are you over there now?
And part of that as well has got to do with how the government is holding the rice prices and the JA doing their thing. Like I've been keeping like rather abreast of a lot of stuff in Japan because we were originally planning to move over there a couple of years ago before everything happened with my mother. And then we kind of put it on hold. Everything happened there. We started replanning, and then the xenophobes and the nationalists really got into power and screwed everything up with a business manager visa. And for the last 12 months have been destroying everyone's visa.
Yeah.
It's
just crazy how like every time that occurs, the world ends up like not the world even that area ends up worse, and people just can't seem to connect the dots that prejudice leads to your life being worse. I just don't know how many times it's got to happen before people start to join the dots.
The one thing that that always stuck with me is that the other victims of like in America, right? The other victims of racism against black people are poor white people. Like for example, you'll have like an area where they will get so mad and so pissed off, and they don't want black people in their swimming pool that they'll close the community swimming pool, so now no one gets to use it. And like just all of these things, it's just
you know what, Andrew Taint. The guy that's in jail shitting himself to death at the moment.
Yep.
The one thing he did say, which was good, well, which I agree with, is racism's only for poor people.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like rich people don't care about that shit.
Nah. Rich people are more focused on how they can exploit the poor, so they want to keep them poor. The easiest way to do that is to keep them dumb. But, you know,
that's the one thing he did get right. Anyway.
Yeah, Takaichi's popularity has gone down a hell of a lot. Usual things one.
She was the puppet, eh?
Yeah, well, it's more so she's a useful idiot who's basically channeling Thatcher. So
the hot dog man won't like us talking about this.
Oh no.
Disparaging females again.
Oh no. Look, she is. And the worst part is that because she's done this and gone ahead and stepped forth, there are literally rumblings that you've got all the right-wing weirdos and shit is turning around and say, see, this is why a woman can't lead. Look what she did to the country. Yeah. She's made it so much worse. We've got to get rid of it.
We're actually thinking about it from the other side, seeing that she was a puppet the whole time. And it's,
Yeah.
We need more women leaders. Honestly, men make the most fucked up, psychotic decisions ever.
Yeah. Look, we need a mix. We need people from every step of life to be able to be represented because then suddenly it makes things a bit better for everyone. But Sunseto's
it needs to be representative of the demographic of society.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Can't just be rich people. It's got to be equal demographic of what the society is. Therefore, everyone gets representation. But I think you and I both know that's never going to happen.
Nah. Sunseto's rise in popularity is depressing but predictable, Neil. And the problem is that a lot of it comes down to effectively one-party rule, most people in Japan not being involved in the political process, and you got a bunch of men who are our age who have been affected by things. They've had stuff promised to them and yada 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 yada. Now they're working shitty jobs on for dispatch companies, getting fuck all wages. Things aren't getting better, and now their parents who were there for the boom are in power, and they've done nothing to make things better. They're just keeping everything sorted for the elderly and making shit worse. So young people are angry, guys my age and younger. They're pissed off, and so what are they going to do? They're going to go to someone who can give them simple solutions. They're not right, but they're simple. Simple, couple of word slogans. We'll blame it on someone else. We'll make things better. This is not your fault. It's everyone else's. Even though it's a small bit their fault, but systematically, it is definitely a big issue. And so it just funnels people into that hateful rhetoric. It's fucking annoying.
Hot dog Hot dogs cut into small segments. Nah, I'm not paying attention because it's a guy with a constantly failing business talking about finance. Well, why are you here then?
Yeah.
He loves to go onto live streams, turn them on, and then not listen to them out of spite.
I'm not listening, I swear. You guys don't get to say shit because blah, 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 blah. Well, interesting
We
fact.
still love your hot dog. You will get free healthcare whether you like it or not.
Exactly. Well, I mean, interesting fact is before I went off and did electronic engineering and all the rest of that at TAFE, I was originally studying a double degree in business and economics. So it's just unfortunately the world is a bit crazy. So sometimes things happen that are outside of your control. So you got to do the best you can. You got to piss with the cock you got, basically.
Yeah, I love that saying.
Yeah, exactly. Shit's fucked up. All things considered, as someone who came from abject poverty and all the rest of that, I did pretty damn well. I mean, at my peak, I had my 2 locations, I had my store, I had 8 staff and all the rest of that. Things are pretty solid, And even now, it's
we do the best we can, mate. But it's just because things aren't working out for us doesn't mean we're not going to fight to make the world a better place where we can. Like, it's ridiculous to think that.
Yeah.
If things aren't going good, we're just supposed to be quiet and pretend like it's not. I don't see that being a logical thing to do.
Totally.
We've got to speak up about it.
Exactly. Rising tide lifts all boats, all that kind of jazz. But, the rich people have convinced us that we got to fight amongst ourselves, which is, really shit.
Bullshit. Yeah. And I feel like if someone's watching this stream or my streams, they're probably going to be in a similar socioeconomic position to us. They're definitely not going to be in the upper 1%.
Nope.
And it's definitely a concern for them too because they're part of it. I think that's logical to say.
Yeah. There are people out there who, as the old John Steinbeck quote was, socialism never took root in America because, people don't see themselves as downtrodden and poor. They see themselves as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. They're always like aiming and rooting for the guys up top when it's like they're the people who have the boots on your neck, my friend.
I think people just don't understand like orders of magnitude and how different these numbers are. Like you've got to draw it on a graph to them to show, see this thing that's 1 pubic hair from 0?
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah.
And see this thing that's 2 pubic hairs from 0? That's the richest person you know.
You want to know?
See this thing over here?
Hmm.
See this thing down the street? That's where they are.
Yeah.
It's just...
Here's one for you that'll absolutely blow your mind. And it just goes to show how our little monkey brains can't comprehend such enormous numbers, right? Everyone thinks like someone...
Space is so trippy.
Yeah. Well, like someone has like, $1 million. Say, for example, someone has $1 million. Okay, cool, that's $1 million. Awesome, we can kind of think. That's a big number. That's really big. $1 billion is 1,000 times that, right? Now, if we were to go to the US and we were to grab $1 notes, right? A stack of $1 notes, and we went, okay, you know what? We're going to take them, and let me just grab a little bit of a prop here. Say that these, let's say that these are $1 notes, okay? And we take them and we stack them like this. And we put them on the ground. And we just keep stacking $1 notes side by side so that they go like that, right? Now, 1 million of them, it's not a huge amount. But if we had 1 billion of these and we laid them down on the ground like that, stacked them up side by side, 1 billion $1 notes would roughly go from here to almost Brisbane, right?
Yeah.
That is how big it is. It's like in the US, I think it was from Chicago to New York, that kind of thing. That kind of distance, right? Now, if we took that same amount and we put it to, Muskball's wealth, Elon Musk, the world's least charismatic person and the world's like, the man who proves that meritocracy isn't real. If we took his wealth of the $1 trillion and we did the same thing with those $1 notes, it would literally it would literally go around the circumference of the Earth, or about 1/3 of the way to the moon if we stacked them straight up on top of each other. Like that is just
pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, because one person, like literally, he could spend $1 billion a day. $1 billion. What do you even spend $1 billion on, right? You spend $1 billion a day, and just
Modular
the interest
sense.
on the rest.
Camera lenses.
Like literally $1 billion. The interest on $1 billion alone is so insane. If you just let it sit in a bank,
the interest of $1 million in your bank is like probably enough to live off.
it is.
Like, it's just, yeah.
You know,
Just,
million
it
dollars.
becomes it's like the hoarder down the road that's hoarding fucking newspapers from 1986. It's a pathological disorder. They are fundamentally sick people. To feel the need and feel like it's never enough. They are literally hoarders of capital.
Exactly.
And it's a mental illness. Should be treated as such. They need treatment.
I honestly, truly could not think of what I could do with that kind of, what I would do with that kind of wealth. It's like, I get to a point and it's like, okay, houses don't get much bigger. I don't need 5 of them. I could literally spend the rest of my life just wandering around and doing nothing. So, but yeah.
Or doing everything.
Yeah.
But it becomes a power play then. And it's no longer that. I mean, it's an unreal amount of money. It's not. It's like it becomes to a point where you need a government to maintain security over your own wealth.
Yeah.
I
met someone, funnily enough, at the JoJo bar in buddy Kichijoji. Sorry, not Kichijoji, Nakano. There's a JoJo bar there, and because, I'm a weeb. I was speaking to some American chick there, and she's like, yeah, my job is I invest rich people's money. She gets paid 6 figures.
Broker or whatever.
No, literally, her job is literally just to take the money of her employers and just invest it and put it in things. She used to do the same thing for like a university. Then, a rich person came along, offered her more. Literally, these people have money, and all her job is just to take that money and put it into stocks, put it into assets, put it into things that will grow more money. They pay someone to do all of that. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, totally. They're not doing it themselves. Fuck no.
No.
They don't do anything themselves. They don't even wipe their own ass.
Neil says, don't know if you've been to Tokyo in the last year. Last time I was in Tokyo was in April last year. So a bit over a year. But there's a great new shop in Kichijoji called Gizmo Music, specifically for guitar pedals with a bar. Hell yeah.
Nice.
That sounds cool. I might have to check it out. I don't know if we'll have much time in Tokyo this year because most of our time will be spent in Osaka and up in Hokkaido and Tohoku region. So we're going to do a bit of a loop around from Aomori to Akita and then over to Iwate and then back up to Aomori. And the funny, according to usual things, the funny thing about the word meritocracy is it was originally used to satirize the very notion of those being deserving of wealth. You can't satirize how dumb shit is now. It's insane.
They try. But it's starting to, there's some satire channels and stuff that I can't even watch anymore because even that's become a bit depressing. What do you do? Everything's okay. You just gotta
laugh and keep going on. As far as I'm kind of at that point now where it's like I just like to think of myself as a serf. I tend to my little plots and all the rest of that, and when the rich people start doing the wars and all the rest of that, I'll still have my potatoes and my tomatoes.
Well, that's almost like a prepper sort of thing there.
Nah, I mean, it's more so just like the overall view of things. Things are what they are. It's literally outside of our control now. The best thing we can hope is that they do something stupid to each other and things go crazy. So,
yeah, I mean, they are genuinely concerned about the midterms.
Yeah, but then
I don't think they have the mouse to steal it.
Oh, he's already going for a third term. We all know that.
I know he's going for it, but I think they wouldn't be as concerned about him unless there was a legitimate threat.
Every time we say that, it gets worse. It gets crazier. It doesn't matter.
Do you remember when you sent me the message saying, I don't think he's going to get out of this one? And I'm like, bullshit. And you're like, no, serious. I don't think he's going to get out of this one.
Oh man, I was.
You were so optimistic then, man. I
know, right? And now I'm like, I am turbo pessimistic. I am so black pilled that I am just like, hit the red button. Hit the red button. Come on, hit the red button. Let's do it.
You're like, no, he's not getting out of this one. I'm like, bullshit. He's going to get out of everything.
Yeah. And now when I say, okay, this, nothing's going to change. Things will keep going, and you're like, no, look, it'll be okay. fucking every time, man.
I think things will change on a grassroots level. I think people that have never been engaged with politics in their entire life are starting to pay attention now, and that's been actually quite surprising. And a lot of young people are a lot more engaged. Well, young people are hundreds of times more engaged than our generation was at their age.
Yeah.
Because it's survival.
Problem is they've also got those on the notionally left, the liberal side, who are pushing against them as well. I mean, all you got to do is take a look at the way that the Labour Party got like a supermajority and managed to completely screw it over in the UK with, Starmer basically destroying the entire left faction there and going pretty much only a step above what Thatcher was. As the old thing was, the greatest gift to conservatism Margaret Thatcher ever gave the world was the New Labour movement, and then the US.
You want to talk about like physical manifestations of someone's politics. Essentially, Starmer, if he was like a left wing. I'm trying to think of what the word is. I need a thesaurus by the bench, honestly. A pragmatic, progressive person. He would be an attractive man. He's a silver fox.
Oh yeah.
But knowing he's just a absolute vacuous vehicle for capital.
Yep.
Makes him look disgusting to me.
The man is less charismatic than Ed Miliband.
The way he stares, it's like he's a fucking robot. There is nothing going on in there. He was literally an empty vessel for whatever he gets told to do. And he could, if he wanted to, be the most charismatic leader the UK's ever seen. But he chooses not to. With him looking identically the same physically, he looks so fucked. I don't know if I'm crazy here, but I feel like someone's spirit, not to be hippie or anything, but someone's spirit exudes itself through him, and you can tell, you can pick that shit up. It's the vibes. You're right. It's the vibes.
Yeah. It's always the vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes-based economy, like vibe coding, like all that wonderful AI stuff.
That's right. It is. Yeah. Joy.
Yes, Neil.
Anyway.
It is indeed quite the trek, but that's the way we like to do things. We whenever we go over to Japan, it's always out to the middle of nowhere and seeing various things. After this trip, we'll have visited about 65, almost 70% of all the prefectures in Japan.
That is awesome, dude. You can speak quite a bit of Japanese. I know you. Well, I know you say you don't. You were having conversations with me. You were having conversations with me anyway.
Eh?
You know enough to get by in the rural areas.
Look,
in the rural areas,
I know
you've
enough.
got to speak a bit.
I know enough to get food, beer, and fuel in the car, and to look at stuff and buy things. Yeah, I mean,
maybe
I can do
shelter as well.
Yeah, I can do basic stuff and check-ins and all that. I do my Japanese lessons every Thursday at the Japan Foundation here in Sydney. So,
do you do that online or
in class?
In person? Yeah, cool. Whereabouts is that? Is that university?
No, it's just at the Japan Foundation.
What, is that a separate, like its own entity?
Yeah, Japan Foundation is basically Japanese government setting up for like cultural and language things and all the rest of that.
Yeah, right.
They've got the same thing in most countries. But yeah, they've got like a premises there in the, the green tower building across the road from UTS.
Oh, yeah.
The one that's always
it's
leaking.
In there, is it?
Yeah, it's in there up on the top floor.
They used to have the uni bar over there too, didn't they? They had a bar over there or something?
Don't know. But like
a couple of my mates went to uni there.
Yeah, no,
a mate you're going to meet on
that
Saturday
building wasn't even there back then.
Oh, okay. What am I thinking of then?
No, this is that glass tower that's got all the greenery growing on the outside.
No. I'm thinking of that derelict fucking place across Parramatta Road.
Parramatta Road.
I think it's also. I'd have to Google Maps it. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. No, there's Japan Foundation's down in there up on the fourth floor, and they've got like a library of stuff in there, and they do like cultural things. They do language classes and various other things. It's also where the JLPT is run, if I remember correctly.
And that is so Japanese to not be on the ground floor too.
Exactly. You know, why be on the ground?
Nothing happens on the ground floor in Japan.
Nah. All the fun stuff's upstairs. That's where all the best
right.
little bars and best little eateries are, and
It took
all
me
that.
a while to learn that. I learned that in Yokohama when we found a mad jazz bar.
Every time
old
someone
men
asks
wanted to
me,
practice their English on me.
yeah, every time like people ask me, oh yeah, where should I go in Japan? What should I do? Look, go there, explore, find somewhere. But when you're there, look upwards and walk upstairs, and you will find so many random cool things. Yeah. Like all the, it's not like here in Australia and that there are like, you can literally walk up in a hallway and there's like an apartment where someone's living, an office, and then you've got like a restaurant that's only open for like 3 hours on like 5 days of the month, and just says like does some random thing.
Unapologetic about that. They're just like, yeah, we're open. If you're lucky, you can see us. And then there's like a fucking line out the front because it's so sought after. It's so cool. But yeah, it's like in Australia, if you're not on the ground floor, you may as well not exist.
Exactly. That's why they charge absolute fucking stupid money. And it didn't used to always be like that. Like back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it was common to have like double-deck retail and that. You'd have someone upstairs, you'd have something downstairs. It wasn't just like, oh my God. Yeah, it's all going crazy.
You're just pining for Japan, mate. You'll get there soon, don't worry.
I'm just pining for a holiday. It's been fucking a hell of a year already. God.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a quick little stint up to Cairns. And a quick little stopover at Gold Coast on the way, but nothing else planned for this year. It almost is 2027. Jesus. 2028, got some mates from Canada coming over here if that goes to plan. But we were thinking late 2027, maybe a quick trip to Canada. Yeah, but it's not really quick. You know what I mean?
Now we need to do a summer trek to bloody Japan together.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Well, now's the time. Fuck, you want to do a quick one this week?
Fucking if only, God. I ain't got no money at the moment for that. Hey, Death Metal Devon stepped in.
It's the workload over here.
Yeah.
Death Metal Devon. Yeah. I came for the
absolute trash talk on other tech's work.
We haven't talked any trash on other techs today.
Nah. I think we should probably change that a little
very
bit.
Positive. I'm feeling very positive today. I don't want to talk trash about anyone except for capitalists and right-wingers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, half the techs out there on YouTube happen to be insane MAGA types, so...
Yeah, I don't know what it is with that, eh? It's a bit of a blokey trade, I guess. It's good to see some female representation. Recently with the guitar tech world, you got Tanya in Ukraine doing guitar tech work. Tanya
Shpashchuk.
Yeah, something like that. So she does good work. And various amp techs. You got Colleen, obviously, Phasio Electric. A few others that escape my name right now. I know how misogynist of me. I don't remember their name. But yeah, there's some stuff coming up, and it's really good to see. Yeah. And
all of these industries need to be diversified from just like guys like us. I mean, we are the median tech.
Yeah, pretty much. In ability and demographic.
Well, I mean, some of the people we know, God, you speak to them and you're just like, you are on a whole other level, my dude. Like, just how can I like reach inside of your skull, squeeze your brain into like a little juice, and then drink it for myself to give myself a little bit of the brainy power that you got?
Yeah, I know some seriously up there guys that are crazy knowledgeable, and it's really humbling. But like they say, if you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room. So the fact they let us hang out with them is pretty fucking awesome. And look, I look up to those guys more than any rock star.
Yeah, I love it when someone turns around and says, "That's wrong. Here's why. Here's the info." And I'm not talking about subjective stuff. Miss Shy Must Die is her name.
Miss Shy Must. Yeah, that's the other one I was trying to remember. Yeah.
I mean,
one of my customers talked about her the other day.
Look, I'm kind of nonplussed on her. A little bit more style over substance. Some of the things that she does is a little bit like. I
mean, we're always going to think that about other techs to some degree. I mean, there's lots of guys that say that about me.
I mean, look, there's always like, I wouldn't do it that way. But then there's stuff where it's like, okay, yeah, no, this is more just like for engagement bait or type things.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, but
it's like,
let's be honest, I'm not that good at the engagement thing. If
There's,
people are good at it, I'm not going to judge them for it.
There's what's his name as well? I don't know where he's from, but he's got like the kind of like the younger dude does like a lot of random high game things, that does a lot of shorts and whatnot.
Slightly technical.
That's the one, yeah. Like some of his stuff's all right.
He is so good at performing for the camera, though.
Yeah,
he's
got the process down. Like it's once you've got a space set up.
He's selling courses already.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah. You could tell he came out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, here's another tech, and I'm like, hang on. He's a bit too social media savvy to be just a tech, eh? And then straight away, start selling courses. I'm like, okay, you're setting up the foundation to sell a course. Hey, I'm not going to judge him for it. He definitely knows what he's doing.
Look, I'm not the kind of person who's going to turn around and say, don't go get that bag. Money is great. I like money. I really like money, especially as someone who grew up who didn't have much of it and all the rest of that. So when someone goes out there and sells things and if it's right information and all that, awesome. I'm all for it. It's the same as how, like, even though I'm a leftist, I don't think that it's bad when leftist streamers and content creators actually, like, have, like, ads or they've got, like, sponsorships. Well, that doesn't bother me.
They have to. I mean, we may be leftists. You could be a fucking full-on, like, fundamental communist, but you're still living in capitalism, so you still got to operate within the system that you exist in. It's like being, I don't know, I can't think of an analogy. I'm really not on with the analogies today. I should stop trying.
Well, it's like Carl Kalinske. Like every second thing that he says, like, I'm proud not to have any sponsors, never taken a sponsor, all the rest of that. And it's like, okay, why? Imagine if you did take some sponsor money of things.
Yeah, take that money because it will spread your word.
It's not like you're going to suddenly be less critical of what you say if you're taking sponsorships for I don't know, Skillshare. Like, how's taking a sponsorship from them going to change any difference when you're talking about people doing things? So,
it beats taking money from fucking APAC.
Exactly.
I'd like to take money from not brands that sell to my market, but tech stuff. Like I'd take a sponsorship from Heiko. I fucking love that. That'd be great.
Yeah,
I'm not selling Heiko gear, so I've got no conflict of interest there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking out there I'm actually in the process trying to organise some sponsorships for some projects that I've got coming up, because when we were at Electronex, I spoke to some of the people there about some stuff. According from TK's, she's aiming her stuff more at musicians and other techs. Yeah, I mean, it's even less so that. It's more so, it's like, here's the social media type of things, but just some of the things that she's kind of said and done and put out there, or ways that she approaches stuff. It's like, or little things that she's missed that there could be a little bit better.
Not quite tapped in, but I'm sure she's it's probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she's she's incompetent. Yeah. It's not like she's incompetent. She can do a range of things, which is great, and I'm all down for that.
You should see the shit I edit out of my videos.
I try and get it in the bag. I try and get it in the can as much as I can.
I have to do bloopers reel, I tell you what.
Yeah. 60 me MZ. Oh yeah, 60 me MZ. Okay, nice. What do you guys think of the local techs around New South Wales and the rest of Australia? Always seeing heaps of cool social posts from new small peeps and the big guys like HCG.
I don't know who HCG is.
Michael Harron. Harron Custom Guitars. He basically made a whole. He's the guy who goes around and does the DIY setup courses and the refretting courses and all the rest of that.
Like mobile.
Yeah, he does them around the country. Yeah, but he also
I'm unaware.
Yeah. He's selling basically Japanese-made strats that have just been refretted and made a little bit prettier, and that for a huge markup type thing. So, I mean,
really?
he's good. He's good with the social media type stuff, and he goes hard on the business side of things. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that's kind of said and done, and that it's like, okay, yeah, that's all right, but I don't see the appeal, the hype. So. But as far as local techs and that around Australia and ones we deal with, look, there are a bunch that we know that are quite switched on.
Okay,
obviously
right
here
here.
in chat, yeah.
Oh, hang on, he's in Victoria. You said New South, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, even
no,
in
rest of
Australia,
Australia,
yeah. You got TKs. You got what's his name? Wazza.
You got Warren Brown up in Port Mac. You've got
he's a legend.
Jason Alex in Melbourne. We've got TK's in Melbourne. We've got
Grant over in Perth.
Names escape me at the moment. We've even got
well, while you're thinking,
damn it, my stupid brain.
You got Grant Hetrick at EAV Audio in over in WA.
Perth.
Brendan Baisley as well. He's also quite switched on with what he does. He's also over in the WA section. South Australia, I think there's someone. Sydney and New South Wales. The problem is there's fuck all of us left. Like there's very few at the kind of level of Brad and I where we can work on most stuff. There's a couple of luthiers that are kind of okay, a bit hit and miss, but you know, they're right at what they do, or they're just old. There's some techs that we definitely have had major issues with that have like mad cult statuses. But
no comment.
It's oh god. Like there are plenty of people out there who we've seen that it's just
Can't forget Brendan Baisley.
I already said him.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, no, I already said him. I'm trying to think who else is there here in Sydney at least. Most of them are retired.
So Sydney, we've got Earthling. Earthling Audio.
Yeah.
I've seen some early on stuff from them. I wasn't 100% with, but I've seen some later stuff too, and they're a bit. It's a 2 rock story. They've gotten better. They've gotten a lot better with age.
Well, I just had a amp that came in.
So they've improved. Anyone? Yep.
I just had an amp that came in, was a Blues Junior. Had like a bunch of like upgrades and stuff, kind of like my doctorizing that I do to them. But he's like changed the pots and everything as well. Like new TADs, which is great. Done those kinds of things and put a bias thing in there. But for example, this thing was as noisy as hell because he replaced the jack with a Switchcraft. Didn't isolate it from the chassis. Ground loop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Like little things like that. It's also like the board underneath obviously had some failure, the tube board, and like the patch up work on that was kind of
Yeah.
My amp smells funny. What's wrong with it and how much is it going to cost to fix? Look, the first thing you need to do is you need to take the cat and put them down because it pissed all over your amp. No, I can't say that actually.
You'd never put down a cat.
No, the most expensive thing I own is a cat, of which I've spent $21,000 on.
Yep.
But that's just how I am. You know, I'm a bit of a sucker like that. So I had to put my poor baby girl down the other week. So 16 years was a good run.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll drink to her on the weekend.
Exactly.
But it is the 1st of August on Saturday, champions. I'm back on the beers.
Then my 40th at the end of the month. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yep, getting old.
I'll say you old bastard, but I'm older.
Yes, of course, welcome, Lyle. Having someone of your caliber here is just, the old classic.
Oh,
you're not worthy.
Comment? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. I just missed that. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen trying to remember someone's name and I've forgotten.
Thank you for the condolences, mate. It's this time of year is fucked because like this year was just like hell as well because the day before it was the 2-year anniversary, 2-year since my mother's passing was when we had to put my dog down, and then I received her ashes from the crematory service on what would have been my mother's 56th birthday. So that period at the end of June to the early July, don't contact me. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to be over there.
Phone on silent.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I do things.
Fair enough. Well, you got the holiday to look forward to, so that'll be good. If you've got something in your sights, I find you can get through a lot of shit. If you've just got something on the horizon to look forward to, man, that's a big ticket right there.
For me,
even
it's
if it's
pure
something
spite.
little like a fucking hike, Yeah, sure, there is that. That is powerful.
I will just live just to disprove the haters. That's it.
Yeah. I'll live just to annoy him, not even disprove him.
Yeah. I am still here. That's fine.
I've gotten a thicker skin over the last couple of years with the whole internet thing. Look at that. Melty.
Yeah.
Oh, Gibson, Marshall quality. Fuck, I'm forgetting my manufacturers. Come on, Sony boy. Focus.
Have you got center focusing set up?
Yeah, it's on my face, though. It's on my face.
You should put your hand in front of the face. Because I can do the same thing. Because I'm using my Sony at the moment. There we go. I got my focus speed set to relatively slow.
It seems to remember. It can even sense my fucking... Yeah, it senses even my forehead and knows that my face is still there. It loves me too much. Yeah, there we go.
I'm looking to get a 6700 for the missus for the holiday.
Oh, look out. Yeah. Is she into photography or what?
Yeah. She started getting into it and all the rest of that. So I got my 7.4 because part of
this one, and I'll get an FX30.
Hey, if you want to sell it, because part of it is like where one of the things we're doing is going to because I'm taking her for her birthday to a place called Kozushima, which is one of the 3 dark parks in Japan because she loves the sky and the stars. So we're going there, and the night that we're going there, the 2 nights is the new moon. So it's a dark park with a new moon, and there's an outdoor onsen as well that you can just sit there and stare at the sky.
Shit, yeah. That's awesome. Lyle just said Nikki's cat was 21 when we had to put him to sleep. I waited a year before getting her a puppy. Is that... Oh, so that's Bella Bambino. That's awesome. I'm assuming that's Bella Bambino.
We've still got our 2 cats. So we got Astrid, which is the black one, who's basically bulletproof, and she's a bitch, but she is also demanding of attention. You've got to love her. You got to pick her up when she wants it. And then Mordecai, who is the sweetest little thing on earth, who has 0 aggression in him whatsoever, but he's also highly anxious, and now he's a eunuch. Wow. So we've literally got his pecker cut off and all that. And over the years, with him getting blockages and
no wonder he's shy. Fuck. I'd have my guard up against you if you did that to me too.
I spent like $21,000 on him. He is the single most expensive thing I own.
Jesus Christ!
I know. I'm not logical.
Yeah, man, you got to get goldfish or some shit.
I know, but he's so sweet.
You get a guinea pig, they just die for no reason. You just get another one for $6.
Cycle through them.
Or get rabbits. They just recreate themselves like fucking gremlins that you put water on.
Yeah.
It's so funny. There's this hippie down the road from my house, and they I think they're part of like one of those weird religio cults, but they are all self-sufficient. They've got all like their whole front yard. They even tried planting vegetables on the nature strip, and the government got up them for it.
Yeah.
So they had rabbits in cages out on the nature strip, and you go for a walk, and every time you walk past, the rabbits are fucking. And there's these people walking their kids past on the way to school, and these rabbits are just going at it, and the parents had to explain what the rabbits are doing to each other.
Yeah.
Like fucking. There's a reason they call fucking like a rabbit. I'll tell you what.
Exactly.
It never stop.
Here we go. I got a question from Death Metal Devon, who said, I had asked about this on one of Brad's videos, but recently I worked on a Sovtech MiG-100, and there was some kind of spray on everything, and I had to scratch off any leads to get any readings. Thoughts? Are we talking an original?
Comment,
are we talking an original Russian-made one, or one of the modern reissues? $10 says it's probably a conformal coating. They put on there basically just to stop rust because the quality of the components in them were like junk. Mike Matthews
they didn't have plating on the leads and shit.
Nah, like literally it was just like using up like random Soviet like overstock and components and things that were there that were cheap because, you know, Mike Matthews and his like mafia connections and all the rest of that over there. Just doing his thing.
Mafia, was he? I knew he had some connections that were a bit weird, but
yeah, there's a whole thing. Apparently the Russian mafia tried to put him out of business, and he basically said, "No, go fuck yourselves," and all that. And yeah,
really,
Yeah, yeah. So it's a Russian one, so it's probably conformally coated, just like they've just basically sprayed like a conformal coating or a lacquer on there, just to seal things up. I have seen that on some Sovtech stuff over the years. It could also be someone's done it at a later point. It just depends. But yeah, if you got to scratch it off and get your lead in there, it's fine. That's where like really good quality, like proper sharp, pointy, you can draw blood on yourself. Test leads come in handy because you just poke them through whatever oxides are there and also whatever coatings.
Yeah, these leads I got from Pomona, they're about $120 a set or something. Let me just get them.
I can
Damn
see your
drawers
titties.
jammed up. Can you?
Yeah, baby.
So they come with these little extensions.
Yep.
They're really good because they're insulated right to the tip, and the tip is sharp as fuck.
Yep.
And that's really good, A, for surface mount stuff because it's super fine, and also for getting down amongst shit and not being worried you're going to short stuff out.
Yep.
So they come with the leads, and Pomona is the brand. Look up Pomona, Pomona. They're really good leads.
I need to update my leads because my old parrot clips are starting to wear out. And they're getting a little funky, so I'm like, all right, I'll get some Pomonas, get that. But I also need to get a set of diff probes as well for my scopes. So.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, because some of the stuff that's coming in now from Music Tribe and other companies is all fucking Class D bridged outputs.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I just use the 2 channels.
Yeah.
Do you have a dual channel scope?
I got two channel scopes. I got one 4-channel, one 2-channel.
I'll just run them in diff mode with two probes.
Yeah. My main thing is just bloody sometimes the grounds are just too fucking far away to be able to connect to them.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool, I got to measure them here, but it's like, okay, where the fuck am I going to put my ground leads to keep them together? Oh, fuck, there's nothing.
I just made my own one. I got the stock one that, the Rygol ones, the ground clip's like 2 inches long.
Yeah.
So I just basically cut the end off it and put a silicon lead on there, and now it's about 6 inches long, just enough. 6 inches.
That's what she said.
Done.
I've got about
not great, not terrible.
Because I've got a set of probes from the Rygol, the DS1054 set. I got a set that came with Makikasui as well, and then I've got another set of 4 leads that I got years ago when I had a different scope. So I got a whole stack of them.
Yeah.
I suppose I could modify some of them.
You are a hoarder.
I'm not a fucking hoarder, okay? I got rid of a lot of shit. I just have.
I see in the background you got your goodie bag from Worth Components hanging up still from Electronex.
Yeah, man. The dude from.
I just created an account.
Yeah.
I use my just Hotmail address, which is like sort of the one I respond to the quickest, and the one through the online store I might respond to 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But they denied my account because it was a Hotmail address.
Well, yeah,
and they're like, oh no, because it doesn't look like a legitimate business. But all my other accounts with Mouser and everyone, I just gave them a Hotmail. Didn't have any issue. But then I said, no, it's a real business. Here's my website. Here's my proper address, and then they opened the account. No worries. So I was like, sweet.
Nice.
But yeah, all they've really got that I think we need is maybe connectors and caps. The caps tend to max out at like 450. Yeah. So lots of stuff for like switch motor, solid state. But yeah, in terms of valve stuff, for production, but for repairs, probably not a hell of a lot there.
Well, I mean, for me, a lot of the stuff that I see now is like synths, solid state stuff, pro audio, that kind of thing. So.
More than happy to divert all that to you, buddy. Now I'm starting to get the creamy amps.
Yeah, fucking don't rub it in. You can take that fucking fancy stuff. See, the fancy stuff that I see is the stuff that like does my fucking head in as well. So it's like, okay, here's a random synth that no goddamn service documents exist for. Awesome.
Here's problem with synths is there's a lot of proprietary shit, like even the key mechanisms and stuff.
Nah.
You can get snookered pretty easily, eh?
Nah, that's easy stuff. The key beds were mainly made by a couple of companies, and they're usually pretty easy to sort out. And there's a lot of companies making
like
modern
third parties.
reproductions. Yeah. So, for example, the key beds were often made by one of like three companies primarily. Fatah, which is the ones that are still around, Italian company. Matsushita. So Matsushita made key beds for everyone. And they sold them for organs and for synths. And then the other one is Pratt Reed. Pratt Reed were around mainly in the early days. So that was on stuff like Mini Moogs, early Prophet synths, stuff that was like more mono and early type things from the late 70s, early 80s.
When he says mono champions, he means monophonic, not monaural. But yeah, any synth guy would recognise that.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Sid Heresy, Twitch streamer?
I don't watch Twitch streamers.
He's a synth guy. He builds modules and stuff.
I think I've seen, he's popped up. I've like checked him out like briefly once or twice. He's kind of cool.
He's funny. Yeah, he's a funny dude. I was chatting to him last night, and he's suggesting doing restreaming, so I get onto Twitch as well.
Yeah. That's basically what I'll be doing with this as well. So once everything's all set up,
he suggested an open source thing a bit similar to this, which does what Restream does. And it was working for him because he was streaming on both platforms and it was working beautifully. So
it'll be easy
to
do. He'll
message me with the details.
And we'll be able to do because we'll be able to do like fucking game stream and stuff as well. Be able to set it up so that you can play your Doom 2 for your deathmatch.
Oh, that'd be so good! I'd love to shoot you in the head in Doom.
See, we'll do that, and then I'll show you. Then I'll show you the Doom 2016 deathmatch because that shit's fucking cool.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter where you shoot people in Doom 2; it just ends up in the same spot.
Yeah, it's because it's what's the
vector graphics.
Oh my god, I've drawn a blank on.
Raster graphics.
What it's called? Oh my god, why have I drawn a blank on what the the tech is called? Fuck, I've drawn a blank. You bastard.
Oh. That's my job.
Come back to me later. Paul Merolius just got a Russian pedal. Wonder if it has coating on the inside. Well, I'd be more worried about the spaghetti wire inside of it and the overall build quality.
Yeah.
God, these things are awful.
I just had a big muff come in. Did I? I don't think he. I think he took it with him. But yeah, needed like a new switch or something. And it's just like, man, everything in that thing is just so weird.
It's garbage. Everything's
factor
backwards.
Wise. Yeah. Everything's written in Cyrillic. You don't know what the fuck it says.
Yep.
Good fun.
What do you mean? C sounds like an S.
Yeah. What?
Le Grill. What the hell's Le Grill?
I'll just have to leave you with it for a sec. Just one moment. I'm just looking. Alright, just cut off there. I'm just looking for some parts. I'm going to be rustling around. So just 5 seconds. Take care of yourselves.
Alrighty. There we go. I'll swing over to, there we go. That one there. Worst pedal builds ever are matchless. Yeah, they are certainly something. But then again, I have seen some of the Varellin preamp pedals, and they were also absolute garbage. Just terrible. I have the Tektronix diff probes and the Tektronix 10-1, 100-1, 1000-1 2-channel ISO probe unit. Nice. Small probes for the ISO box are only rated for 500 volts. 200 volt ISO probes are huge. Yeah, see, I don't need anything that goes that big. I mean, the highest voltage that I'm ever really scoping here is like 800 volts. That's it. That's usually some like ancient things that are built on like the old Mullard EL34 data sheet. Yeah, but it's also just being able to sort of check bridged outputs for tube amps and for class D stuff and various other bits and pieces. Just makes it a bit easier than having to run like 3 cables. And sometimes it is nice to be able to like measure the difference across like high voltage things, and yeah. Matchless are spendy. Yes, they are. They are. The way that I described them to someone the other day was matchless are amps that you buy when you want something that's very pretty internally, but may not necessarily actually be well made. You know, there's been a bunch of matchless amps and hot bad cat and that have just been just garbage. It's like, okay, cool. You're gonna lay out this stuff like this way, looks pretty, awesome. How the fuck am I supposed to get these parts off of this bus wire that just soaks up all of the heat that you've wrapped around so much? Paul Merolius got it open, and nope, just circuit board and wires. Cool. and the wires go everywhere, and they're all one color, white, because it's all just excess stock. It's all surplus Soviet stock. So you got wire cables everywhere. Absolute bloody nightmare they are. No, sorry, random thing just decided I was going to start playing. It's not what I wanted. Where is it? We go to that one there, and we go. Here we go. Let's test some of the screen cap type stuff and share info. There we go. So what if we look up Russian Big Muff internals? There we go. We can show what's there. Fuck off with the AI bullshit. Don't care about that. Man, I remember when like image search and that used to just like work. And things were okay. Not anymore. Yeah, there we go. So we can see the internals of the Big Muff are absolute meh. Thin traces, everything's all there, but all of the wires, there's no markings on the board, and literally it's just white wires, just stacks of white wires going everywhere. You got no idea where anything's going to. It's just like, what, huh? What?
And the pots are weird. They got strange sized holes and stuff, and the switches mechanically fail, and then no one wants to replace it with a normal switch because they want the same looking switch, and you can't get them. And everyone's worried about resale cost. When do you want your pedal to work, or do you want it to, sort of can't have both in this day and age.
Oh yeah, there we go. It helps I actually spell correctly. Here we go. Let's see. Russian Big Muff gut shot. So there's like, okay, so that's not a Russian. That is old perf board.
Yeah, someone's built their own.
Yeah, no, that's how the very, very first ones were made.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, the earliest ones. Yeah, there's a whole website by this. He's certainly an interesting fellow. Guy by the name of Kit Ray. He has a website that covers two main things: his weird fantasy sword art and a definitive history of Big Muff pies and all the rest of that, and all the
highly
various
specialized
things.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. His autism splits in two directions. But this is what I mean, like how everything is worse now online. You can't just search for something and get results like we used to. Send me back to 2010 internet, where Google still worked, where Facebook showed you your friends and family and not much else, and there were still other websites that worked.
Bloody oath, mate.
It's just noise.
Take me back to when stonerrock.com still exists.
Man, do you remember metalshop.com.au?
Yeah.
Dude, I met my first real girlfriend on that website.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
On the forums, man. In like 2002.
I don't think any of my first few girlfriends knew what the internet was.
Well, you weren't hanging. You were more of the that side of the alternative equation. I was more on like the goth side, nerds and tech
like
and
grunge.
Let's see, we got Cold Acre saying, I think I'm going to spring for a couple of past effects pedals this week. Support local. Their Civil War Big Muff looks good. No idea who they are, never seen them. Use start page for old Google style search. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I've been using on my own personal account that works quite well is a website called Kagi, Kagi. It's kind of like 85% of what old Google used to be, but you pay a fee for it, which I'm okay with.
Really?
I'd rather pay money for a search engine that works than be the product myself. So, Then from Lyle,
true.
try a Neutron. Talk about weird pots. I have two here. I have two Neutron 3s that have been giving me hell for so goddamn long. And it's like, solve one problem, a different one comes up behind it. I'm just like,
Man, I had a Neutron come in with like a really, really good local bassist, and he needed it that day, and I'm like, dude, it's a Neutron, eh? Like, I don't think that's going to be possible, but I'll have a look for you because he's become a mate as well, so I'll check it out.
I
fixed it that day. It was something super simple. I'm like, whew.
Yeah,
for that.
The worst part is that the LDRs go on them, and I custom make them for them because they all die. Because the LDRs that are in them are the same ones that are in the Triaxis. The one that has two, the one that has two independent LDRs and one LED.
Yeah. Have you made any of them in stock, or you just make them per job, or?
Just make them per job.
If you-
I've thought about making them as a custom thing, but the
Yeah,
problem
that'd
is
be a good seller.
I'd have to
but
I'd have to charge 150 per one because I have literally it takes that long.
still worth it.
Yeah, but it's also like each one takes me about an hour to do because I haven't been able to automate the process for
Yeah, it's fiddly.
getting the LDRs matched and getting the curves correct. So the one thing I'd love to do is I'd love to contact Xvive and go, hey, you know these ones that used to be made? Can you make them again? Because you've copied every other one.
Yeah.
Well, I spoke to Bournes
it
about
wouldn't really be
custom
worth it
pots
with
as well.
Who?
Burns.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because you know how like the Ibanez Prestiges and a lot of Japanese guitars have a 8mm hole instead of a 3/8.
Yeah, I just bought it out, but yeah.
Yeah, some people don't want to do that, and I want to be able to sell the parts through the new website, musicparts.shop, which is coming up someday. And
I've
so
never asked them.
yeah, I want to be able to sell the parts to them. And so I spoke to Bournes, and they will be able to make custom pots of the PDB 181 GTR series, but with an 8mm bushing instead of a 3/8.
Yeah, okay.
So it'll just drop
cool.
straight in, metric size, done.
So where are you getting them from at the moment? Small Bear or something?
No, they don't make them. I don't sell them at the moment. I get my pots, like the guitar ones, from Mauser and DigiKey.
Right, because I think Alpha do an 8mm bushing one.
Yeah, they do, but it's not a guitar pot.
Well, where are they getting them from?
What do you mean?
Like, where's Ibanez getting them from?
Usually just either cheap no-name things or from Tokyo Cosmos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they're not very good pots.
Yeah, well, that's why.
That's what I mean. That's why I want. That's why I want the Bournes ones. Those PDB 181 GTRs. Mwah.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Brilliant. They're my favourite.
I find their tapers better than the 24mm ones too. The PDB, PD, whatever they are, 24, whatever's. Their tapers are fucking way off.
Yeah, the 181s are just better all because they're a more modern type. The 24, you get too much variance on such a large track. So,
TK, that's a very early Big Muff. That's yeah.
There you go.
Not
very,
how they
very
build them
earliest
now.
ones. No, but then there are people out there who insist that, oh, this is how they made the best sounding perf board, and then they go one step further and they make point to point with absolutely no boards and shit hanging out in the middle of nowhere. And oh my god, can we talk shit on someone right now? Please,
No,
can we? Yes,
I don't wanna,
come
I don't want
on.
to fucking name names.
Come on, I'm gonna talk shit about them.
You can. I'm just soldering. You just say what you're gonna say.
There is one dork out there who makes pedals, and he gets custom PCBs made for the foot switch, but the rest of it is all like bus bar wire and other bits and pieces. And it's that what's he oh god, I can't remember his name. What's his name? Fucking
I'm not fucking telling you.
Reeves.
You've already
That's
tried
it.
to start shit with me twice.
Yeah, he can eat the entirety of my ass.
Oh, I got a fire alert. What's going on?
Ooh,
Shaw's
bushfire?
Creek.
here we go.
Shaw's Creek. Oh, it's a cultural burn. That's all right. It's miles away. Oh, Yarramundi. Yarramundi. Cultural
So
burn.
we're talking about these things, right? All style, no substance. Literally just components flopping around in the breeze on bus bar with no mechanical support, nothing like that. Even like
Those ones are
wrapping.
actually pretty fucking polite compared to some of them, eh?
Yeah. But like the wrappings and stuff like that. There we go. Here's
There's
one that
was
actually
like
has.
a dual fuzz and
There we go. Like this
it was
kind
like
of
a
thing.
maze.
Like you see stuff like this, and all it means is you can't repair them properly. It doesn't meet any standards whatsoever. And if you know anything about assembly for this kind of stuff, you've got a resonant frequency these things can hit, which will eventually cause failure. Like, there's no point in this. It does nothing except look pretty, but be shit. The worst part is, like, these caps are junk. Chinese nothingness. The pots, meh. You know, this dude, like, went on about how the DC input jacks didn't meet the rated insertion for spec. It's like, yeah, but none of this pedal meets any spec. None of it does. It's all just, like, stacks of just... Oh, my God.
So my initial comment, I shouldn't have written anything. I think I'd had a few beers and I saw it, and I didn't realise it was posted by an actual person rather than a collector. And I commented like, oh, solder ain't glue or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he made about 3 Instagram shorts around that comment because he saw that I had a bit of a following. He's like, oh, here we go, clout farming.
Yep.
And I'm just like, man, I sent him an apology. I said, sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. Can you just shut the fuck up and go away? But I just, how do you change a pot? Like, you got to deconstruct the entire pedal to remove it from the fucking chassis to get a pot out. It's just, I don't know. If you're doing that as arts and crafts thing, that's fine. Do whatever you want. I'm never going to disparage an individual for having fun, building shit, making it. Mate, let's face it, aesthetics is a big factor, even inside the box in this industry, for whatever reason.
It's dumb.
I'm all for, whatever. If you want to make it a piece of art, make it a piece of art. I mean, you yourself are talking about making a see-through pedal, most transparent overdrive ever.
Shh.
That's...
No one's supposed to know yet.
You've talked about it on stream before.
No, I haven't.
And I thought you had.
No.
Anyway, for those 18 people watching, I think they can keep it to themselves. When you're selling a thing for $700 or whatever, and it's basically like, I don't know, it's like an arts and crafts project.
See, the problem is beyond that is that it's when someone turns around and goes, oh, but this is definitely the way that it's done. Like, this is mechanically fine. And it's like talking bullshit. For example, this pedal here, right? Right, the one on the left. Okay, look at the size of that cap. That thing is absolutely fucking
600
massive.
volt rated in a 9-volt cap in a 9-volt pedal.
It's huge, and it's literally just going from here up there across to there. That whole thing is just going to. It's going to bounce worse than the springs on a Spaniard's mattress the night of his honeymoon.
He's used it to put it in that position because it's the only component that leads that long, I reckon. I reckon that's probably the reason behind it.
Yeah, but it's also when that moves, when you step on it, every time it's going to vibrate just a little bit. And that solder is going to crack. It is going to fail. There's nothing supporting any of this stuff mechanically. Like, we used to do things like dead bug manufacturing and all the rest of that back in the day to prototype, where you just cut chunks out of like copper board and all the rest of that to stick things on there. All right, cool. Totally. That works for prototyping.
For proof of concept, that's the way to do it, yeah.
But things like this, it's like, when you're building down to your customers. Like talking down to them, but you're building down to them. Like, here is a product that will satiate your like lack of knowledge on how this industry works, on how products are. And
it's like the audiophile shit to me. It's like selling someone a wooden block to sit their fucking speaker cable on. It's actually taking advantage of people's mental preconceptions. I don't know. I don't know what you'd say. I don't know. Still trying to explain it to myself in my own head, but it's taking advantage of people being misinformed, and to me that's scummy. But it's going a bit far. It's going a bit far to say that of this bloke, because he is still providing an actual product. But
look, he's providing a product, but he's also selling spiel, and it's not a very good product. Like, we're talking about something that is going to more likely than not fail, which to me is the kind of thing that is doing a disservice to a customer. If you're selling something that just meets their expectations of being pretty, it's kind of like when you sell anything to a customer and like, the customer your customer's always right. It's like, no, the whole saying is the customer is always right in matters of taste and style. It's got nothing to do with the actual underlying components and all the bits and pieces, because if we listen to people about like what they want and all the rest of that, you end up with products that are made like shit, products that are made dangerous, products that look fine, but they don't actually work properly.
I guess where the rubber meets the road is we're the ones that have to repair it, and we're the ones that have to deliver the bad news. And because these customers, it's a bit like Mesa. These customers have been told their whole life that this is the ultimate thing, the highest, the pinnacle of quality. And then they come to us, it's the pinnacle of quality, so it should be pretty easy and quick to fix, right? Because there can't be too much wrong with it. And then you have to show them that the emperor's got no clothes. Then we look like the bad guy. We look like we're shitting on someone. to big note ourselves, but we're the one that end up stuck with fixing it, and their expectations of the product don't match reality, and we're the ones that have to break the news to them because we're the ones that have to get it working again. And it's very frustrating to see it over and over again. See these people shoot to fame repeatedly. It's just a story that keeps happening over and over because people aren't informed. Yeah. And that's why I do the YouTube channel.
And like that's where like our job as well as repairers and manufacturers of things is to call out the bullshit, because that's what we're going to do. You know, like Lewis Rossman, like others, it is, here is what it is. And I don't care if these people get mad. I'm not going to step back from my convictions, knowing that, like, you know, there are things that these people have done which could be objectively done better, especially when they put in so much time and effort into marketing it. You know, the latest fancy widget and gidget and all the rest of that, but it doesn't have, I guess, the stuff.
My confusion sort of also comes from, if I've been showed weaknesses in my product, it's confronting at first, but you take it on board and you go, you know, yeah, that's fair enough. If it is a valid argument, that's fair enough. You take it on board, particularly if it's from another tech, and then you go, okay, you eat some humble pie, and then you come up with revision 2, and then you improve and you grow and you improve. But some of these people treat it like a personal attack if you point out something that could be improved in their product, because now they don't look like the infallible god that they've made themselves out to be to everyone on social media. A lot of these people, I think, are this is coming from 2 people on fucking live stream YouTube, but a lot of people, I think, they're more in love with being the influencer than the actual, you know, engineer, the person building the products.
There are a lot of people out there like that, but we're in a world now where, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, the barrier to entry for manufacturing and for selling products is way down. You know, way back in the past, you couldn't just go to China and buy PCBs that were made. You couldn't just access open source software like KiCad. You couldn't go to a lot of suppliers to get parts that were easy. You had to learn shit. You had to learn.
Oh, there message alert.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yep. Oh, so, my ears.
So all the cookers will be going off their head right now, thinking it's a coded message to their brain or something.
Yeah. Sorry guys, just to explain.
To explain to everyone overseas, Australia's got a new emergency alert system that broadcasts via, well, its own protocol, I think, to all the phones, and sets off an alarm on everyone's phone. And it's just said, test message, Oz Alert. This is a test of the Oz Alert, Australia's new emergency warning system. No action is required. In an actual emergency, follow the instructions in the alert to keep yourself and others safe. Visit the Oz Alert website for more information. This message is authorised by the Australian government. So all the cookers were saying that it was a thing to track where you are, like they can't actually track where you are already with your phone, which you've probably got fucking Google location switched on, so literally anyone can track you. But anyway.
Oh god! Oh my god! TK's just saying groove tubes used to sell metal handle to attach to your guitar pick for tone, and there was also the Fender Fat Finger, which was just a chunk of like brass coated in chrome that you attach to your headstock to give you more like tone, and that it's like, oh my god, that is just.
So good.
But yeah, back to where we were before, what we were discussing when it comes to the qualities of products and how it's our expectation to be able to do so. And like as techs, like, you know, people, the bar of entry for building stuff is so much lower that anyone can do it. Anyone can be a product maker now. Anyone can like modify an amp, and anyone can go out there and do stuff. It's not like it was back in the day where you had to learn a bunch of stuff. You had to learn electronics. You had to figure out where to go buy parts. You had to go to like Dick Smith and go through the 101 circuits things and learn stuff. I mean, like, for example, here is one of my boards, right? Here is a board that I made and laid out and did where is it? No, go back there, you mofo. There we go. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So I went and did my thing, all that kind of jazz. Laid out a board, which is this thing here. This is in 2017, when I was at TAFE. This is a product that I've since revised, and it'll come out at some point. It was called the Pirate because it was half Big Muff pie and half rat.
Pirate.
Yeah,
Nice.
Pirate. Exactly.
Do you realise? Who was it? Someone made a rat. Big Muff clone. Oh yeah, it was Lyle.
Yeah.
And he called it the 3.14. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what's it called that? And then he had to like actually lay it out to me that's pie. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. But it was called
Such
the
an
Pirate. I changed the name since, however. So you've got
Pirate.
yeah. So you got the
That's an
Pirate.
awesome idea.
Yeah, but there's also a second one which is called the Davy Jones, as in Davy Jones Liquor, because it's a base version. But the thing is, with the original version that I made of this, when I was learning and doing all the rest of that and the layouts and getting things sorted, and I was like, awesome, let's ready to go. But I fucked up, right? You might be able to see, maybe, there we go.
That's shit.
There we go. It's a bit dark, but
It's a bit dark, yeah.
yeah. You see how the
dark.
things marked RV1, RV2 and all the rest of that? Those are pots.
Sure.
And I put them way too close to each other. I didn't consider the pots or anything. The knobs. So I fucked up the layout.
champ.
But I still keep it as like a memory of like, this is how we go, and this is how we learn. And I learned through my teachers at TAFE and all the rest of that, and kept practicing and doing all that. The new version, however, is different because, for example, in this one there was 3 switches for the tone circuit. Now it's just 1 switch, which just modifies the tone circuit. The new version is all SMD because fuck doing through holes, no point. I can just do SMD either as a pick and place machine, get someone to do it for me, or I can do it myself on the bench. And like little changes and little things I've done to update it as my knowledge improved over the last 10 years, including like putting a switch in there to change the order of the pedals and putting in like on the base version a clean blend to be able to blend in the clean. All of that kind of stuff, right? This is shit that I learnt, but from day dot, the people that I learnt from instilled in me, hey, do the best that you can. Figure out what you can and make a product that is going to last and do well. And I learned from that. I never, progressed with this one because, I fucked up the layout. But then, okay, it also says on the back, version 1.0. The current version is version 2.2.
Right.
Yeah.
I hang on to my old boards just to remind myself how stupid I was. Just like my first amp, still as it was built. It still works, but it's not great. But I'd leave it as original just to remind myself,
Yeah.
But I was sort of starting. I was into it. Started off doing guitar repair, obviously, and then got into the amps. So I was probably a couple of years into doing the amp stuff when I think I found like Lyle's stuff on Facebook at the time, his photo albums. And he caused me to sort of strive to be better and go the extra mile for people. And I think there's people who don't have the budget for that, and that's fine. And there's plenty of other people out there that don't go the extra mile, that just do the problem that's causing the lack of signal or whatever. But there's people want to have someone to go to that goes the extra mile and gives them future proofing, gives them a bit of extra preventative maintenance, and does the work to the best physical ability that these hands can do. And seeing people like Lyle do it is what gave me inspiration. No, every time I was going to take a shortcut, I'm like, no, that's a shit idea. I should do it as best as I can, And
Exactly.
I've had people in my comments say that my videos have made them think twice and do the same as well. So it carries on and carries on and carries on, and it's awesome. I think having that attitude, putting the info out there, makes people, it brings up the whole industry altogether, I think. It's, rising tide and whatnot.
We do the best that we can, because also we are incredibly insecure people and always freak out about whether someone's going to have a go at us. You more so.
Yeah.
I'm a little
sorry,
more
mate. Ruined my life, Lyle.
Yep.
I could have put 6 amps through today if it wasn't for you.
So for me, once we finish up all this, it's dealing with keyboards. I got a stack of keyboards that need bloody key contact boards replaced. So it's all all brain dead stuff. I just get to switch off and disassemble 100 screws. Here we go.
They're kind of fun jobs, to be honest.
Here we go. Okay, so we got Ted saying Enzo Ferrari kept a shelf of failed parts in the conference room. Yep. Too bad they're owned by Stellantis these days. Ugh. I mean, seriously, they got
I didn't
the
realise
iCar.
you're a big car fan, eh?
I'm a nerd of many things.
Yeah. I forgot about
I like cars.
About you. You're a car nerd.
You know, I had a bike. I didn't have a bike license, but you know, back in the day, I had a CBR 250RR and I had a Ducati M620.
The CBR 250RR was a fucking weapon, man. Those things are so cool. Every time I see one, you hear it coming first, and then you see it, and you're like, "Hey, it's an old Sibber." We used to call it. We worked on the top end.
Red line at 20k.
Oh man, it spins faster than my fucking router.
Yeah,
it's like. You see the router bit spinning, you know, like the crankshaft's going that fast in the CBR. It's insane how many revs they fuckers did.
But no, I had that, and then I bought a Ducati Monster 600 because they were one of the few that you could get that was loan illegal back then. Because I was going to use it for my L's, and it was because the thing is with them as well is that the only reason they were on the Lambs scheme back then was they had a pin in the throttle. So you couldn't rev them far enough. And so when you were done with your L's, you're done with your L's, pull the
when
pin out. When you were
done with your L's.
Yeah. I mean, and look, there's a reason why I don't ride these days. But yeah, I had that. You know, I was a mad car
Riding
nerd.
in the city would be fucking mental.
Well, you know, I was into cars. I was into guitars. Obviously, it was the big thing. Computers and tech. I used to build PCs and overclock the shit out of them. Yeah, I remember the glory days.
The overclocking thing.
The E6600 Core 2 Duo. Monster of a thing.
Remember the Pentium 3, not Copper Mine, the Tualatin?
Yep.
Tualatin. It was like the best return on investment overclocking CPU, I think still to this day.
See, I was
poor. In terms
poor.
of how much you could overclock it, percentage-wise.
I was poor. I didn't get to have the luxury of getting into computers until I was working at Godfrey's. And I had money, and I was like, sweet. So that was also when I had the studio and was learning things and that. So I had my PC overclocked. I
always said that about you. If there's one thing you know about, it's sucking, and that's what Godfrey's is all about.
Fuck oath. Except I'm a top, thank you.
The vacuum company. It's the vacuum company champions.
Yeah.
According to says 6 makes Brad sound like the most laid back person on YouTube.
Yes, I'm a very intense person. It's great.
You're fucking intense, just like having sex while camping.
Well, hey, at least I'm not into American beer, which is like having sex in a canoe, aka fucking close to water.
Yeah. That's right. Lyle says, doing the photos on Facebook, then the quick videos made me not take any shortcuts because the whole world was ready to point out any mistakes. Yeah, that's the other thing. It really makes you second guess everything you say or do. Because there's Cunningham's Law again. And that made me try and really clamp down on whenever I was being vague. I tried to make sure I was being a bit more specific.
I still have mouth breathers commenting on the Epiphone video I did, where basically the focus wasn't on the electronics. They were fine. I didn't care. It's like, all right, yep, they're fine. They're basic Chinese things. Because, I didn't go through all the specs and all the rest of that other than the body and whatnot. And they're like, no, it's actually Switchcraft and CCS. It's like, okay, cool. Let me just also introduce you to the fact that guess where those parts are made, dumbasses? They're made in China. They have been for a long time. And also, I didn't say there was anything wrong with them. But what I did say was that the build quality was shit, the frets weren't finished, the nut wasn't done properly, and for a $2,400 goddamn guitar, people deserve better. Here's something better. And yet all you simpletons out there who love to shove your tongue up the asshole of some goddamn mega corporation because your identity is held up on some fucking brand, well,
get 'em, boy.
Eat me.
Get 'em.
Eat my entire goddamn ass, you fuckwits.
I wonder if that guy that didn't like me swearing is watching this stream.
I don't know.
Someone complained about me swearing.
Look, the funny thing is normally when I do my own streams, I don't swear because I like money and I want monetization.
Yeah, I haven't been doing it on the edited videos because I want them to be accessible for people of all ages and all backgrounds. But on the live stream, I feel like it's a pub. We're all hanging out. Half of you probably are drinking because it's PM in the US.
Yep.
And let's face it, you got to be drinking to listen to us talk shit.
Exactly. Once we set up and we've actually got like a proper run sheet of things to talk about, and then we'll have like a tail end where we talk about like whatever the fuck, then it'll be interesting. Here we go.
You know
some
what
more
I think
comments.
we should do? Oh yeah, sorry. I'll just quickly. What I think we should do is throughout the week we'll do what the a lot of the political streamers do. Find stuff to talk about, just save it in the tabs, and then just save that session, open it up, work our way through the tabs. Piece of piss, doesn't take ages to write down any, run sheets or any shit like that.
Run sheets are also easy, just like in the doc, you share the doc.
I'd rather not talk about like current controversial shit because every cockhead and their dog is. I'd rather talk about niche stuff.
We're here to talk about
history.
gear. We're here to talk about gear and random things that kind of interest us because, like, it is what it is.
Let's face it, we're not hunting the hits because, if we haven't this far, we're not going to.
I mean, I want to. I want that. I want some of that sweet revenue. But it is also
I think that time's passed.
Nah. I mean, this one's just a test stream. See how it goes. Make sure all the tech stuff's going in now. I know what I need to do to fix it up to make it all better. Going in through the comments here, we got there we go. TK. When I was starting out, my first exposure to YouTube text was the guitarologist. The one with the family tree like a shrub. Glad your channels came up very shortly afterwards. Sorry, he is like. Oh my
I haven't
God.
heard that one before. That's all.
Yeah, family tree like a shrub.
I don't want to know.
There we go. Apparently, he mentioned your boards the other day, as we heard about.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he gave it a shout out.
Paul Mirolius, I had CBR 250RR grey import. Well, they were all grey imports, but the thing was, there was a whole stack of them that were made that weren't sold in Japan. So we actually got them in the 90s, like 80s plated models that were compliant in Australia in the 90s, like 92 to 94, because they were just there. And then we had sold them for a couple of years, and that's what mine was. So mine was one of the actual new ones sold in Australia. So new old stock, basically. There we go. I got like 8 years out of a 2500K overclocked to 4.2 without a stutter. Hells yeah. My missus' computer, I built it for her.
PM4.
Yeah, I had I built my missus' computer a couple of years back, and because she's an avid gamer and whatnot, so I made sure that it was all hunky dory. And this was like we just went like pretty much best you could get without going stupid. So it was an Intel Core i7 4770K, so top of the line, pretty much without going up into Xenon and that. That 980 Ti SLI crate motherboard, a whole bunch of other bits and pieces, like very early PCIe SSD, so a little NVMe type thing. It was very early for that. And that thing ran all the way until I basically built her a new PC last year out of scrap parts that I had. And it was like a bit better. Now that PC is used at home for our media server.
Yeah. It's so good. The old PCs, you could just... all your purposes for the PC, as they got less and less, capable, you just run them down the list of things. Like with my laptops, right? This is the best laptop I got. T490 Lenovo. It's not cutting edge by any means, but it does exactly everything I need it to. And then the next one gets downgraded to the garage. Plays music in the garage, watch YouTube, email. And then it works its way down to being like a Arduino experimentation thing. So if I accidentally feed fucking 500 volts back in the USB port, I won't be too upset about it.
See, that's what I love about Linux. Every time your old device gets old, throw Linux on it and it's new again. And then especially we're in the golden era of Linux now. It's getting good. Although my laptop, I buy one really good laptop every couple of years, like top of the line type thing, and it lasts me years. And so this one, which I've still got, and I will have it for a couple more years. Let's see if we can wait. I need to go over to the other window so I can actually see myself. There we go.
Lyle's having really good experience with his MacBook too. Yeah. What is it, MacBook Pro?
So this is a MacBook Pro M1 16-inch with the top of the line processor and 64 gig of RAM.
Top of the line stickers too, bro.
Hells yeah.
Where's the Brad's Guitar Garage one though?
Fucking too big, cunt. Make a fucking proper sized one.
I've got to fit this head on somehow. The beard just makes me look like a button-up pumpkin.
This thing is still kicking on and absolutely phenomenal because fucking, obviously it's top of the line, and because Amy worked for Apple and she gets a special discount every 2 years and various other things. So this was $6,200 would have been the normal price, but I only paid $3,200 for it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I've been looking at a P50 series, P-something series. But I was thinking about it. The main reason I want to do it is edit video while traveling. And then I thought to myself,
Just
I
get a
don't want to
MacBook.
fuck around with a computer when I'm traveling. I don't even want a phone when I'm traveling. I want to be in the moment, bro. I just want nothing but, pen and paper.
And from Lyle, I'm going to lower my camera a bit because it isn't a great angle. I mean, it's not the worst angle in the world, but it's just sitting on a
you're just
box
when you were reading.
Yeah.
When you were reading, you were leaned over a bit. That's all.
Yeah. But no,
you do look a bit green too.
Yeah, no.
You look a bit
this is just the basics. I haven't got the lighting and that set up. But there is also a way that you can actually make it really, really, really good quality. So it always looks like I'm looking you dead in the eye, like creepily. Because
weird.
I know. Well, I've got a teleprompter
Just make
set
sure
up
you
and all the
blink.
rest of that. Yeah.
Oh, you got like one of the acrylic things.
Yeah, I've had them for years because I used to do it from stuff I did in the past. But what you can do with those, you run it as an external monitor and you basically feed everything through it so that you're looking through the camera at the screen on there. So it's like
knowing
into it.
Knowing your ADD ass, you'll have like anime playing in there while you're talking.
No, I got my fix last night. Thank you. Watching the degenerate Catgirl anime.
Oh, look out!
Yeah,
I want to go there.
Yeah, the M1 stuff and the way that Apple has managed to, like, just absolutely hammer hardware and software integration is phenomenal. Like, for me, I'm considering... like, they are
Apple
good
gives a whole package. Everything just works, right? Yeah. I totally get that. I've shit on Apple a lot over the years, but I do totally get why people use it, 100%.
Like the Mac Minis, until the price rises happened because of the fucking stupid AI RAM apocalypse, were just amazing. You could use those to do studios. You could do them for like fucking video editing, for everything. They're just, amazing.
Do they have a GPU?
Technically,
or is it integrated?
Yeah. Well, technically, it's integrated into the M1. So the M1 has GPU cores in it, which shares RAM from the video RAM. But the thing is,
I was going to say,
it's also got as a lot of the integrated systems do now. It's also got things like hardware encoding built into it. So it's got like a H.265 hardware encoder on the die.
Okay.
So like if I want to
makes sense for an all-in-one.
Yeah, so when I do like video editing and that on the laptop, because that's what I do it on, I do it at home. Literally, I can export a 4K video in like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
like, and that's like a massive one. A couple of minutes and it's done.
I think I told you my shitty little 2 gigabyte GPU died a while back. Well, I thought it died. It actually didn't. It was an unrelated problem, but I replaced it anyway because I had a shitty Lenovo X government bloody desktop, which I just repurposed. I bought them for like $200, and it lasts like fucking 10 years or something. But yeah, because it doesn't have, it's got the Lenovo proprietary power supply bullshit, right? So I couldn't get a video card that required external power.
Yep.
So I got the biggest NVIDIA one that didn't require an external power supply,
which was
fed off the PCI bus.
1050.
I think it was a 30-something.
3050
then. I might be wrong there.
Yeah. It's basically
3050,
basically the 50 series can run the low-powered version off of the PCIe bus.
Yeah, it was like the most powerful one I could get that didn't require external power.
Yeah. And it still has no power.
It was only like it was like $300 or something. But yeah, the videos that used to take hours, now it's like it processes a video in 1/4 of the video's length.
Yeah.
So I've also gone back to 25 frames a second because 50 frames a second for desktop, like tech shit is just a waste.
It's pointless. Like my camera anyway. Like the Sony A7 IV does 4K at 25. doesn't do 50. I don't want it to. I don't like high frame rate stuff. I like the lower rate because it also means I get more light. I get more light on the sensor as well.
Also, it looks smoother. Ironically, a little bit of motion blur actually it seems to just it tickles my senses, mate.
It doesn't look like a telenovela. Doesn't look like These Are Our Lives.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Passions.
that weird little doll thing.
Yeah.
Timmy, that's his name, Timmy.
I actually dreaded having sick days because I knew Passions would be on and I'd probably watch it.
Look, the only thing that was on TV that was outside of like Cheese TV or Agro's Cartoon Connection that was worth it was Aerobics Oz Style when you woke up real early.
or Katrina Roundtree in a prime. Oof.
Ooh, yeah.
On the cartoon show, it's like, yeah, I'm just waiting until the cartoon finishes.
Yep.
Learning what hormones are.
Yep. Wait a minute.
Good times. So,
Let's see.
I've got this one here.
Mm.
This is a Electrica germanium fuzz tone. And $250 Australian.
Mm.
It's got some of the most terrible. That's when people say hand wired. Whose hands?
Yeah.
That's what Lyle always says.
Mm-hmm.
You've got. Oh, my package is turning up. Go, mate. How you going?
Package.
Thank you very much. Need a signature or? Yeah, thank you. Have a good one, buddy. All right, Mouser order. Yeah, it's a germanium fuzz, but it's built on a PCB. But they've used like that gel tape to stick the PCB to the pot, and I think some of the leads are poking through the gel tape.
God damn it!
It's shorting out, and you've got a cap that's about to let go. You've just got this soldering. Like, I just don't get how people don't know what an eyelet's for.
It's because
Like, look at
they're all they're doing is they're seeing the most basic things and like a couple of YouTube videos on like here's how you use KiCad to knock something up, or here's how you throw together things, but they don't like learn best practices, like the things that we learned from other techs, like you learned from your dad, like I learned from my TAFE teachers and that, where it's like, okay, you're gonna make
Probably
sure you do
be
stuff.
so harsh.
No, you should be harsh. Stop being such a goddamn soft cock.
Yeah, but my fucking viewers think I'm hard on them.
No, you think that that's your hang-ups on that. Be critical of this. Like this stuff is like
I get
worth being
abused for
critical
being a hater or being too stringent. But
That's all right.
So, to
be
solder
like
this joint
FDR.
here,
Welcome their hate.
They must have literally, to solder this lead, they must have literally gone like this.
Yep, attacked.
Bank done next.
Yeah. Whereas you and I
have
have been taught that the thing that you do with something like that is you want mechanical connection first, electrical connection second. Mechanical connection, you would put it through and you bend it over so that it holds together. Right? I have no idea who you are. Go away.
Phone call.
Yep, it's unimportant. But it's like little things like this that you learn as best practices. How to, for example, when you're doing layouts, like a lot of people don't cover things like how to keep high impedance stuff away from what could potentially couple with it and give you noise. How to like properly route vias and traces so that you haven't got random things in places doing stupid shit, or like having two islands for your ground planes. And even things like envelope design, where it's like, okay, I'm going to, grab myself a pair of calipers. I have one on each bench.
Grab yourself.
Yeah, go grab myself. Measure things up, and then go, awesome. Now, I'm going to do envelope design, because that could have just as easily been done on a PCB that had PCB-mounted pots on the rear that could have held it mechanically. Awesome.
Yeah.
That could have, like, just that little bit of extra thinking, that little bit of extra, like, this is how we do it, that doesn't get passed down unless you're interacting with those who are in the industry or knowing, or you're lucky enough to find things. La 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 la. Friday night and a new dude.
It's gonna be fun next weekend when we drink together.
Hells yeah. Need to go do karaoke.
So yeah, maybe, yeah. Why not? We'll just do it whether there's music playing or not.
Yeah.
Andrew Henderson asked, where can I learn correct soldering techniques, please, guys? And Lyle responded with these guys' channels and Lyle's channel as well. I suppose we should get together and do a soldering video. What do you reckon? I feel like having multiple people involved would be cool on that.
Yeah. Look, all this kind of stuff we can do on these kinds of videos going in future, where we here's one that we'll do where we team up together and it's like, here's how we solder. Or like, even, for example, like as we've discussed previously, a video where you and I have the exact same circuit in KiCad, sharing our screens, and we just show how we lay things out differently.
Yeah.
Little stuff like that.
Just like stuff that we do separate.
Yep.
So to get an actual copy of the IPC J-STD-001 standard soldering requirements, you need to pay money. Generally, people will buy it in combination with a certification course. So basically, you do this course, you get taught exactly how to solder, and you get the documentation as a cost included in the course.
Yeah.
So that's the way to learn how to be soldered. Like it's like getting a welder's ticket. Now you can be employed as a soldering person and assembly.
Look, I'm not going to say anything illegal whatsoever. All I know is that there are certain internet archives which have a lot of data.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. See, Lyle, don't worry too much about that because these will actually be early morning streams for us. It's just today's one was later in the day because this guy fucking said, "Oh no, I'm going to be in the home workshop today," and then he's like, "Oh no, actually I'm going to be in the thing today." So I'm like, "Fuck!" Now I had to organise.
Sorry, I was going to build a cabinet today. I was going to go to Matthews Timber and select some timber, but I've got too much work to do here.
Yeah.
And I knew a delivery was coming, and I didn't know what time. But yeah,
See, that's why
great.
I use Kennards.
If you want to get in on that video.
Yeah. That's why I'm like all about, like, I use Kennards for that stuff. Everything gets delivered there and I just go pick it up.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. That's a good idea.
Spend $30 a month and you'll be able to get access to it. That's all it is.
I have just received some components.
Ooh.
So
Show and tell time. Also, you need to set up a different scene on your bloody thing so it's just your overhead without your face in the corner.
Oh, no, I can do that. Hang on. There we go. Can you hear me still? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 47 550s.
Yeah, 550s. Epcos.
Yep.
They're replacements for this JTM 60. Also got a little one-off wire wound resistor in here, chassis mount. It's a 10 watt, believe it or not. Only if it's mounted to a chassis. Don't do what Donnie Don't does and design a Fried amplifier around one of these bolted to a postage stamp of aluminium. Having said that, if you're already derating the thing, it doesn't matter. You can do that. If you're only expecting 2 watts out of it, it's fine.
I got what is it? Biggest ones I got up to 330 at 400. There you go.
Oh yeah, 400.
330 at 400. Fucking chonkers.
330 microfarad.
Yeah, at 400 volts.
What's my biggest cap? This is like a dick swinging contest now. That'd be in the special draw. That's in my don't go to that one draw. 10,000. We're talking high voltage as well, aren't we? I've got some 100 200 100 microfarad 100 microfarad 500 volt.
Yep, I got them.
I got 220
220s at 350s. I got 220s at 415 as well.
I think I have something stupid here. I just can't remember where I put it.
And also to answer Andrew W. Henderson's question, did you guys go to TAFE? I did. I went and studied an advanced diploma in electronic engineering at TAFE, but I never finished it. And then by the time I decided, because basically business took off and I got too busy to be able to complete it, and then by the time I went, you know what, things have calmed down enough, I can go finish the degree, TAFE stopped offering it. So I'm like, fuck. So I have a half-completed degree in electronic engineering.
Oh, I went to TAFE for something not related to amp techery. Well, sort of. Audio engineering. Went for music technical production at Narimba.
I went there for a certificate in technical production when I was in year 11, which was basically here's being a roadie, here's how you wrap a cable. It's the most useful thing I've ever learnt to this day.
I think that was a Cert 2. If you haven't done your HSC, you've got to start there.
Well, it was because we used to do because there was the TAFE courses available on Wednesdays that you could do in place of sport. That's what we used to do. Yep. So we would go. We went to that out at Narimba, and it was all fancy. They'd just gotten the new IMAX there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Have you stepped foot in the studio there?
God no.
At Narimba?
Nah.
Right. So they had an Octagon DNR Octagon console, and it was one of the early automated ones.
Yep.
Well, not early, but it was sort of 90s automated ones. But man, figuring out that automation was a motherfucker.
Old school automation.
Yeah, because we had it integrated with the Pro Tools HD setup, and they also had a 24-channel reel to reel 2-inch.
If you want to have real fun with all that kind of stuff, like
MPR
working
10.
on the old SSLs with the old fucking computer there to do the automation on that. Oh my god.
I've got the catalog here, not catalog, the manual here for the automation system in the Neve V Series console, because my mate Murray up at Valley not Valley Heights, bloody Woodford has one. He's got a big 90, I think it's a 96 channel inline.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Don't see many of them around these days.
He's got a lot of outboard too. He's probably got fucking $500,000 worth of outboard. No, not $500,000. He's got
Well, I mean,
he's
some
probably
of
got
it.
100 grand worth of outboard.
Yeah, just a casual 6 figures worth of outboard gear, and probably picked it up for
But
next to nothing in the past.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go into the details, but yeah, you sort of, I think it's a permanent loan sort of situation.
Right.
But yeah, it's a beast, and we did some wiring to his studio, and I sort of didn't think too hard about how much time would be involved. So his studio was decommissioned for a bit because he was rewiring, repatching everything, and sort of resetting up the whole thing. It was the middle of summer, and I was just working from a garage at the time still. I didn't have the shop yet. And I'm fucking glad he had air conditioning, because it was like 2018. And I was up there for like 2 solid 12-hour days, just soldering all day, just doing cables all day. And fuck, I was seeing like tunnel vision by the end of it, eh? It fucks with your head making cables all day, I'll tell you what.
Man, serious salt, dip pots and auto strippers. Best thing ever.
Yeah.
Just done. Done.
Yep. I didn't know about them at the time, I don't think.
See,
8 years ago.
that's one of the neat things, and that is one thing that I do like about having gone to TAFE, is you learn all these little bits and pieces, like stuff that you don't learn from online, you learn from other techs. Like, you know, I still chat to my the main TAFE teacher I have, Greg. He's a cool dude.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gotten a bit weird in his old age, but that could also just be from the chemo which affected his brain.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah. But, you know, like, these were guys I learned from. He's an old, like your dad, he was ex-Navy, so that's what he did. He worked on the radar systems and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, the ex-military guys, they know their shit.
Well, he was the one, like, literally, I brought in an amp that I was learning to repair, and because I was already ahead of my class, I knew more than they did for a lot of stuff, no surprises. And I came in, I brought in an amp, and it was a tube amp, and I was like, okay, you know, help me learn how to go through the process of troubleshooting this. He's like, yep, cool, we measure this, we check that. And he was the one who basically said to me, look, this oscilloscope here, because this was before the Rygold DS1054Zs, the model before them that everyone had. Can't remember what they were. But yeah, he had them, and he's like, make sure your ground clip's connected to your chassis so that it's on ground there. Set your probe to 10, and you can stick it on the B+, and it's not going to damage anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what about the capacitor rate? No, it doesn't matter. All it sees is the input there, and if you're 10 to 1, you've got 9 megs worth in your bloody probe and another 1 meg on the input. So you're dropping most of that voltage before it ever reaches it. The current is next to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the capacitor inside of it is only rated up to a certain point, because like these inputs have a maximum 300 volt. But you know, if you're measuring a 500 volt rail for noise or whatever else like that, using a scope, and you got it on 10 to 1, well, I mean, all you're seeing is 50 volts on the input. That's it.
Happy days.
Exactly. You know, so...
Sometimes I just feel like giving the scope a bit of a boot just to remind who's boss.
Exactly.
Your time here is limited. Fucking Tektronix.
The one thing that they taught me was, if you could only ever have one tool in your workshop for repairing and fixing things, it's an oscilloscope. Because an oscilloscope can do everything for you. You can use it for checking measurements and checking things.
The most versatile.
You can also use it for like measuring voltages and measuring current.
Yep.
You can do all of that with an oscilloscope.
You can use it for playing Tetris on it if you're good enough.
No, Doom.
Playing
mate.
Doom? Doom. Yeah. Doom.
Does it run Doom?
Everything runs Doom, bro.
No, a Neo Geo doesn't.
What's a Neo Geo?
Neo Geo was the home system version of the arcade system, like that had a lot of games. Like you would have seen them, things like Metal Slug
like
and
the
that.
cheap version.
No,
Yeah,
not cheap. Like the home console version in today's money was a couple of grand, and the games were a couple of $100
Home
each.
console. What's that mean?
Home console version of the Neo Geo system.
What's a home console?
A home console, like a Sega Master System or a Nintendo or a PlayStation.
Where's the home come from? I just called it a console.
Yeah, home console.
Okay, I didn't know it was called a home console.
Home console.
Okay.
We're calling it that because, for example, Neo Geo had the system which was in their arcade units, and the home console version was that. That's why that was the whole thing, because we were talking about arcade systems. So like back in the day, you had like your arcade boards that were like jammer boards and that, and System 6 and various other things. Neo Geo had those systems in their arcade cabinets, but they made a home version of it. So back in the day,
so
old systems used to be called home consoles because it's what it was, but the home disappeared off of it. Atari 2600 was my first games console.
Right.
The Junior specifically.
Bet you wish you still had it. They're worth a pretty penny now.
No, they're not. They're not worth shit.
Are they?
No.
What's the Atari that's worth heaps?
None of them.
Really?
Yep. And when it comes to Atari collecting, there's two primary things that are actually worth money, both of which were very, very rare games. One of them which was, not River Raid, River something. I've forgotten what name it was. It had a blue case on it and had a T-shaped handle that put on top. Very, very rare, and that's like the most expensive of the console things. Yes, I was also into games and weird things and all the rest of that. I am the
Atari 2600.
I am the Omni nerd. Yeah, that's what I was saying. My first console was an Atari Junior because
Zygote.
They were sold all the way up through 1993 in Australia, and I had one as a kid.
The first
my
computer.
bought one.
I just remembered the first computer I owned was a Zenith laptop. It was a 286. I think it was a 286. And it was a monochrome display.
Yep.
And it looked like... Fuck, which one is it? It looked like this, except not as yellow. Because now it's obviously yellow.
Good old bromination.
It wasn't my fault. I didn't smoke cigarettes at it.
Nah, happens with all old computer gear.
Was it that one? I don't know that it was that one. I don't remember the slider things on front. But I'll just show you. Hang on. Desk share.
I really need to set you up with a proper bloody fucking OBS setup.
Yeah. Can I show it? No.
You're in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of those jobbers, yeah.
Yeah, it had the blue screen.
Yep.
So
classic.
Every day was a blue screen of death on that thing. I think my this stream's too far behind. I need to update it. The emergency system test threw it off. Yeah, there you go.
Here we go. Some more things from chat. Let's see. Paul Morolius. I can't remember any of the old gear. My vein is fried from substances I used working as a full-time sound engineer. Yeah, it sounds about right.
It's all right, mate.
Andrew Henderson. I think TAFE has lost its way with electronics training, probably because of throwaway civilization, but great learning working for techs like you. Yes and no. The problem is that when TAFE, especially in New South Wales, they did the big push towards private training and all the rest of that, the Liberal government gutted TAFE funding so much that they had to close out a lot of the campuses. So, for example, Mount Druitt, which was the campus I went to, basically they shuttered it and moved everything, half of it to Granville and the rest to Ultimo, and then shunted it down.
And just to clarify... Sorry, guys, I need to clarify this every time. Our Liberal government is not Liberal. It's the Conservatives. They're called Liberals for some fucking reason. So don't get it confused with actual Liberal ideology, because they're the opposite of that. It's horseshit that they're called that. They shouldn't be allowed to be called that.
Yeah, but like they were the ones who gutted TAFE and caused those courses to shut because they were going towards other things. And I watched when I first started the course. The TAFE was when I was on like unemployment allowance. I got access to TAFE for like $50 a year, and then by the time I dropped out, it was up to a couple of grand a year. Like it was approaching uni course fees. Which is insane because we have a massive dearth of fucking techs now because no one's learning this stuff. And then moving on to the next questions, TI-99 4A for Lyle is his first computer. First computer.
Is that like a programmable calculator or something?
Pretty much. My first
ever
computer.
Was that an abacus, Lyle?
My first computer was a IBM XT in 1994.
Yeah, I had one of them.
Because
I had an
I was
80.
so poor. I got hand-me-downs of computers that were like way out of thing. So I learned how like computers and all the rest of that on that with a CGA card. And then I upgraded
Said that,
to a Commodore 64.
It was so fun working on computers back then when they were just single-purpose machines.
Yeah.
Something's lost in the art of computing now that they are like an everyday item. Yeah, they do everything.
Well, there is a bit of big problem at the moment with Gen Alpha and like a lot of Gen Z that they don't know how to use a computer. They don't understand what the file system is. They don't understand what folders are because it's not stuff they were raised with. You and I, we were raised
That's generalization, but yeah.
No, like it is a big problem because what do kids get these days? They get iPads, they get iPhones,
Surfaces.
they get stuff like that. They get like fancy polished computers that just work and everything is through an app store. They've never had to sit there and like unzip something and go through and check that out. Everything is all there in front of them courtesy of a combination of software as a service and closed wall guns.
Install something manually in Linux.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And so you have, that's also why there's fewer like techs in electronic and people who are getting into that is because it's the kind of stuff that people aren't learning. Everything is all polished and thing. Like, everything is computer, but everything is phone.
Everything is computer.
Everything's computer.
Is phone.
Everything is phone.
Yeah.
So they're not learning these things. Whereas unless they have parents like us, where my kids are going to sit there and I'm going to show them how to use MS-DOS 6. I'm going to show them how to do like basic coding. I'm going to give them retro computers, and even on Macs I'll show them like how things are done to set stuff up and learn things. I'll get them an Arduino. I'll teach them those things, but like other people
fun shit.
Yeah, like my sister, her kid, doesn't know any of that kind of stuff. Knows how to use an iPad and a phone, but you tried to show her anything like how to use a computer and how to like troubleshoot or do anything like that? No. They just think it's a box where apps load.
It was like in 2016 or something. I got my first Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
And I'm fucking around with it. I'm having the time of my life. And Michelle's like, "What's it for?" I go, "You know what? I don't know, but I'm having fun."
Here we go.
It's the journey, champion. It's the journey.
Here we go.
That's what someone said in my stream today.
Raspberry Pi 2A.
Nice.
So this is actually what I had in my very first workshop at home in the garage in Bardia, and I ran the business from that.
You ran the business from that?
Yeah, man.
Holy fuck.
I went hard.
Nice. That is impressive.
Yeah. It's like
I ran like a media player from it, but not a business.
I ran everything from there, and then I moved, and then I set up. I got a cheap PC from an auction house. It was like $100, and then that's when I loaded up Repair Shopper and started doing the other bits and pieces and going from there.
I guess it goes to show stories like that give me a little bit of faith that we're going to make it through the AI crash and the.
We will. Others won't.
Yeah, it's like we'll find a way, champions. It doesn't matter if there's a RAM shortage. It doesn't matter if fucking shit hits the fan. We'll find a way through. We always fucking do. We're cockroaches, mate.
Look, I can fix anything. Fucking, I'll MacGyver that shit. It doesn't matter. We will continue on.
Tri-axis?
Why do you hate me? See, the difference is I will gladly fix a tri-axis, but I will also greatly impact the internal organs of the customer. And I will charge them a lot for having done it, and I will charge every minute I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's hard, man, because people want a price up front, and I just can't give it to them.
Nope, I refuse to. Sorry,
I've
already
solved 2 problems in that, and there's, I think, at the last count, there's like 5 problems in total.
See, I don't know
why to the customer,
you do that.
It was just one problem.
Yeah, but that
just
doesn't
wasn't
matter.
Working as expected.
I go to my mechanic, and I just spent $2,500 getting my car sorted.
Yeah.
They got things sorted and that for me, and then like they got some stuff, and then they go like, okay, we found some other bits and pieces that probably need dealing with. Okay, I've got the option of either continuing on or just taking it back as is. We are repair techs in a field that is not like most other things. It's not like if you're, say, for example, a carpenter or something like that, or a builder, and you go out on the site and you go, okay, cool, I can like reasonably estimate, and it'll come out in the wash that if I overquote by 50%, the next one might go over the budget. Okay.
Yeah.
This is literally, we have stuff in front of us and we have to work on it, and God only knows how long it's going to take. Especially if it's like something like
I can't tell people, like, I think in the past I assumed that a day would come where I was experienced enough to know most of the problems, but it's just there's too many products, man, and there's too many manufacturers, there's too many products without documentation out there. There's just too much.
Every product, everything that comes through that door is a new set of problems, because every single one of them has lived in a different world. Like if somebody comes in, right, and they go, oh, hey, I've got this, Hot Rod Deluxe, and I've busted the jack on it. Okay, cool. I've done enough of those. I know I can give a ballpark on that. I see so many Yamaha digital pianos coming in, because being a Yamaha service agent, and they come in and they go, some of my keys aren't working. Awesome. I can turn around to them and go, you're going to be looking at $225 for labor plus the cost of the boards. It might be 1, 2, or 3 boards in there, maybe a couple of rubber strips. And that's as close as I get to those things. But when someone brings me in a vintage synth, or they bring me in an amp, and they go, okay, it's doing this, it's making noise or whatever. Awesome. I'll fix one problem. Maybe there's another one behind it. Maybe there's another one behind it.
There's always another one behind it, bro.
And so how the hell am I supposed to guess and take money out of my goddamn pocket for someone? I'm just straight up with people when they bring it in. It's like, I can't give you an estimate. I can't even give you a time frame. There are so many repairs here now. So it is what it is. If you don't want to deal with those terms, okay. I just need you to understand I will do everything in my power to get the repair done as quickly and as best as I can. I justify my labor rates, and you just have to kind of trust me that I'm not going to sit here and overinflate a bill. I'm going to do what I can to get your product working, but I can't just turn around and give you an estimate.
Because essentially what they're wanting is they want us to basically commit to a price, and if it goes over, they want us to eat the costs.
Yeah, not happy.
That's essentially what they want.
Yep.
And if it goes under, of course, they want us to give them a refund, or whatever.
Look, I don't have a no fix, no fee policy. Not my place.
No, fuck that.
Time
is money, mate.
Well, pretty much what you're saying with these kinds of things is that it falls in line with that. Giving an estimate or a quote and then having to stick to that is a no fix, no fee type thing, because either you hand it back to them having taken money from them, not fixed, or you fix it, lose money out of your own pocket. So, that's me. I'm crotchety. I'm more able to deal with the morons and idiots and the people who want to complain. So,
I'm just here to party, dude.
I'm just here to fix stuff and make money. That's it. And now that things are kind of getting somewhat back on track with life, it makes things a bit easier. However, I literally, just before we started streaming, got a phone call from the nursing home that apparently my grandfather's wife has a wound that's not healing properly. So it's like, all right, let's get ready to plan the next thing.
Lyle just wrote, hang on. Yeah. You've got a few comments. You catch up.
Yeah, here we go. From Lyle, I don't give hard quotes. I tell clients I know the amp needs A, B, and C, and that will cost X. After that's fixed, it may need D, E, and even F, but I can't know until we deal with A, B, and C. And yeah, like with amps, with products we can kind of look at, or we've had a chance to investigate them. Yeah, we can definitely do that. And it gives them at least sets expectations. But when something comes in and it's literally just does not power on, how the fuck am I supposed to test it until I get power to it? And then, I get power to it, and then what's next?
It's sort of going back to the car analogy. I think people sort of expect that there's just one thing wrong all the time. But that takes us, we've got to educate them as to cascading failures and a combination of, the biggest factor is a combination of lack of maintenance in combination with the actual fault. So one thing's actually properly failed, but all the other things now need maintenance because it's never been maintained. And that's people, they do. I mean, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, your mind's on your art, your mind's on the next gig, your next paycheck, your next meal. you're not necessarily thinking about preventative maintenance on your amplifier. It's only when things go wrong that you decide to seek out help. And by the time it gets to that point, probably do need some other stuff sorted out. But I've got to. People catch me off guard. I'm working away. They come up behind me and then they hit me with like 10 questions, rapid fire. Having a quick answer like that, similar to what Lyle said, is a good thing. I almost need some fucking cue cards or something, because I'm like, who, what? But yeah, explaining, because if it takes more than like 2 sentences to explain something to a lot of people, they're switched off to everything else.
Honestly, this is why I'm so glad that I hire appointment only now, because I don't want those questions. I lose too much time to them. People have questions, send me an email. I'll respond to it with the best as I can, and at least that way I can also add a little bit of info in there and just round it up. Like, for example, this is problem, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. Bench fee's $150, covers your first hour's worth of labour, gives me an idea as to what the issue might be, and then from there it's just charged at the standard labour rates and all the rest of that. But I won't know until I've had a chance to see it, and I will not guess or make any guesses as to what the problem might be. Here's the link to book in the appointment. Unless, of course, there's this one guy who just literally refuses to use that link, and I don't know why. He keeps calling and leaving voicemails and emailing me. You can obviously do that, but why don't you just use the link I've sent you 9 times? Because every time you say you're going to turn up, you say you're going to turn up when I'm literally not here.
Yeah, that's weird. You got to open hours, like...
And I don't have open hours. I have by appointment only, because it makes things easier.
Oh, yeah, true.
I've got to deal with family stuff. I've got to do all that kind of jazz. Tuesdays are the days that I deal with, going and visiting my mother-in-law to sort out her stuff with her dementia and all the rest of that. Fridays are when I go off and do stuff with the missus so that we have a functional relationship. And Mondays are when, I run around and deal with shit.
Functional relationships are good, eh?
I'm glad. For 13 years we've been doing this.
Yeah. Michelle's got netball, so that gives me a bit of leeway there.
Exactly. Here we go. Some more comments and all the rest of that from Joe. Like the Mara chips on Kurzweils. Dear God, all Mara chips on Kurzweils and all the OEM stuff in Sonics. And trying to explain to customers that sometimes your item is going to sit here for a year until a scrapped unit comes up. That's always fun.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. Here we go. TK saying, like peeling an onion, so is the electron flow of our amps. Yes, it is. And there is always stuff underneath. Lyle saying,
bit of a throwback to the days of our lives.
Yep. Lyle saying, I got so much shit for declining the Katana 50. Yeah, I know it might have been the power MOSFETs, but no way to know if that was the only thing. There's no schematics, correct, and 2 hour labour exceeds the value of used one. Correct. Look, there are I get customers who contact me and they go, I've got this amp, and I literally just turn around and say, sorry, I don't work on them because I can't guarantee repairs, I can't get service documents for them, and yes, I could fix it, however, it may very well exceed the cost of a good second-hand one. Go buy a good second-hand one, especially with modern Fender shit. It's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? You want me to contact that? And then some people get pissed off, and my response is just to ignore them. It's like, not even the point. It's like,
One guy said, he brought in something. It was a Tone Master or some shit. No, it was something older than that. It was some solid state thing anyway. It was some practicey amp or some shit. And straight away, he said something like, I'm pretty cheap. Like, if you walk into a tech's office and then you're like, I'm cheap, I don't want to pay anything. It's like, well, what the fuck do you think we're going to do? Like, okay, you don't want to pay anything, but you want to, like, I don't know who you are. I don't owe you anything. Like, what the fuck?
Somebody walked,
and
somebody
then he
contacts.
said, turned out being a part that wasn't available, right? It was like some fucking, I don't know, QFN fucking obsolete chip or something. And he stood there and he goes, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then.
That's right. That guy.
I'm like, what?
Yes, you should go fuck yourself.
I'm like, what? Are you okay, buddy? And he's like, well, fucking who's going to fix it for me? I go,
no one.
I don't care. Like, why are all your problems now my problem because you walked in my fucking door? That was just the weirdest interaction I've ever had with a person.
I mean, the weirdest ones I've ever had are the ones where people take swings at me over packets of strings, but
yeah,
go fig.
Sometimes I kind of wish they would. But,
Like, just trying to explain to people that, like, not everything is
I've had it pretty
repairable.
good.
Yeah,
I do
haven't.
miss.
I can't
We only talk
fuckwits.
about it's. Yeah, you have got a few. Yeah, yeah, it's a bit like a lot of things in life. You only hear about the negative ones because they make a good story.
Yeah. Well, it's like how, I get so many 1-star reviews randomly for people who feel that I've, like, basically spat on their mother's graves for the dumbest
Just by
shit
a
ever.
YouTube video.
Not even then. It's just like people who, like, email or contact me, and I'm just, like, straight up with them. It's like, no, I'm not going to touch it. No, I won't repair it. Or, like, people who get annoyed at costs. It's like, man, you book it in and I'll tell you up front. Someone brings in something and I say to them, look, you're not going to hear from me for 6 to 8 weeks, most likely. I'm too busy. You know, I don't know how fast things are going to move through the queue because there's 70 repairs ahead of yours.
Yeah, that's been the hardest thing at the moment. People are like, I need a time frame. I'm like, I can't give you one, man. Like, look at all these jobs. Tell me how long they're going to take. And they're like, well, that's your job. You're the tech. I'm like, well, okay, but say one goes 2 hours over, and then the next one goes 4 hours over, and then the next one's 3 hours quicker. It's not.
Yeah.
Things are never quicker because we don't.
Can I just bring it in, like, when you're close to repairing it? No.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work either. I've got a queue system. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I've got two queues that I work through. I've got the morning one, which is all the quick shit for the quick sugar hits to the cash flow, and then I've got the afternoon one. And then the afternoon one is where I work on the stuff that I know is going to do my head in, or I need parts or whatever, and then I bunch things together. Yeah. There are some things that will sit here for a couple of weeks until I even touch them. Why? Because then I've got 4 or 5 of them that I could just smash out in one go. For example,
oh man, sometimes you need that hit, eh? Because like I've got days where I'm like on the verge of depression because I can't seem to get any fucking jobs done, and then the next morning I just say, all right, what's a known factor? I just need a few known factor jobs out the door just to fucking feel like I actually know what I'm doing for once.
I just bash together like the common ones together. So like right now I've got 3 or 4 digital pianos in that need like keyboard and mechanical work stuff done. Cool. I can literally set up my space, bang, pull it apart, get the parts done, bang, done, and I'll either have the parts on hand or be ready to go. And then after that, it's like, all right, now I'm going to assess like the next day, and I'm going to assess like 3 synths because that takes time, like vintage weird ones. Awesome. Go through, assess them, do all that kind of jazz. I don't really see any guitar repairs anymore, so don't have to worry. Yeah, nothing. It's all like random shit and stuff that comes from sound group.
Okay.
Yeah, but they keep.
Well, that's probably good because like doing any messy shit would be annoying in your workshop as well.
Yeah, I mean the only messy stuff is just when I have to route stuff out or I have to do a fret job. But yeah, I haven't seen a fret job in months.
Huh? I've got like 6 of them ready to go.
Yeah, it's because you take them all on. Whereas in my case, I got to a point where it's like, okay,
dumbass.
No more headstock breaks, no more cracks, none of that stuff. It's just setups, refrets, fret dressing, electronics. That's it.
Yeah.
Because then I can streamline my shit. It's the same as how I don't take on like a lot of chunky PA stuff. I don't care. There is enough work coming in now that I can deny things coming in and send them elsewhere if necessary. It's the same thing you could do.
So what? They'll just go fuck themselves then?
Yes, and maybe I can watch and stream it onto a German website where I get 10,000 hits an hour.
Secondary income stream, brother.
Exactly. Lyle's like, man, I hope I never have to calibrate a mini Moog again. They're easy. God, they are simple. They're a piece of piss. I love them.
That was a great video Lyle did on that, though. That was so cool to see him working on a synth.
Yeah. Mini Moogs are great, except for the
it's
ones
easy
that
to do it like all the time.
Yeah. But it's also like I've got the parts, I've got the pots and the boards to adjust them and do all that. The ones that are real clusterfucks to work on are ones where you don't have like service manuals of that for. So you got to like literally guess at things. Or if it's an ARP, I got an ARP Quadra here. No, sorry, okay. ARP Pro DGX. Sorry.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's an old preset-based monophonic synth from the 70s. So. Bit of an odd thing. TK is saying, yeah, I'm at about 55 in the queue at the moment, and every single job always takes 4 times longer due to X small detail thing or some other part that doesn't quite fit. Yeah. Look, I'm at that point where it's just minimize what comes in to streamline things because there are so few of us left in Australia, we can be selective. Literally, like Brad could literally just sit there and work on a stack of amps, like of just his specific selection, and make bank out of that without having to touch a guitar. But he won't because he likes to torture himself.
I like working on guitars. It's zen work.
Yeah. You set one octave and then the other octaves go out and you tune those numbers and the higher octaves go out. Yeah, I mean, look, it's nailing in until it's close enough. The thing to remember with all of the old, especially like stuff like that, the old monos with how they scaled, is that close enough is good enough. You know, it's not going to have to be like right on the dime, but I can get a mini Moog in pretty close. You know, just having done them enough times.
You got to warm them up first too, eh?
Yeah, you got to warm them up. You got to have them sorted, and you got to do it with the back closed. But also, if you replace the pots with 25 turn pots, you can dial that shit in. It's just yink right in there.
Tweak it like a nipple.
Exactly, very delicate, very tiny one. You know, like a watchmaker.
So just going back to TK about the taking longer. I think I've sort of sussed out why it's difficult in terms of customer relations to tell them that it's going to take longer, but you don't know why. Because if you say it like that, you sound incompetent, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take longer than I've estimated. I've told you what's wrong with it, but it's going to take longer, but I don't know how much. So if you put a line on the quote that says arbitrary estimated additional cost, they're going to go, what the fuck's that?
So
You've had 4 hours. What are you doing in those 4 hours?
Your first problem is putting it to paper and calling it a quote.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I just call them up and I just say, look, here's the estimate. Here's roughly what I think might be with it. If you want me to continue on, it will, and the bill will be what the bill is. That's it.
Yeah.
I can't do it any other way because my sense of stress is worse in that I don't want to lose so much time and not have money in my own pocket versus the stress of a customer that might be annoyed that their bill is larger than what they thought. But I can't I set their expectations when they bring it in. I can't make them understand that though if they want to still be annoyed at it. Not my problem.
Yep, one of those things.
Yep.
It's a balancing act.
Here we go, TK saying, I just lost a day and a half restoring a Coronet amp. Ew, touching Coronet amps, your first problem. Ugh.
Day and a half.
From factory, they have the wrong resistor value through the reverb, send an incorrect schematic. I fixed it eventually. It never sounded before that. See, I would have called time on that. There are very few things I will go that deep on, and one of them, which was, funnily enough, a mini Moog, because it is the only one that has defeated me. Oh.
Yeah, right.
Down in Sydney, down in Sydney, it's still hourly rate plus parts. That's how I do things, and it's the same as when I said to Sound Group when they approached me to do service work for them. I said, "Look, these are my terms. That's it. Take it or leave it." And they're like, "All right, we'll take it."
So I missed a comment before I was going to mention. Andrew Henderson asks, "What do you think of the future of electronics repair? I think you guys will always have work."
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the same as those who work on vintage cars and those who work on vintage watches. The industry used to be huge, and now it's a niche catering to higher end and more boutique focused customers that are willing to spend the money, and the skills have deteriorated because there is no longer that massive base with which to pull talented people from. So it's not like it was 20 years ago where you had a TV repair guy in every corner who could still fix like a guitar amp or a pedal. Now you've got no one who can do it, and the only people who want their stuff fixed are people who have money. Oh, I lost Brad.
Just muting myself for the compressed air.
Right. Nice.
Sorry.
But yeah, it is one of those things where there'll always be an industry. Will it be as big as what it was? No. You know, watchmakers, they're still doing their thing. Horologists are still fixing stuff and selling things. Synth makers, they're not as big as they were. There's small hand companies, small like hand-built companies doing things. It's the same as like the pool of people out there who need to know how to tune a carby. Much smaller than it used to be. But they're not tuning.
I was doing that last night.
Yeah. They're not doing it on like everyday cars that everyone's driving. No, they're doing it on like vintage restored pieces, things that are still going on. People that have money to spend on this as a hobby and as a luxury, not as a consumer good anymore.
I wouldn't call servicing my Honda a luxury or a hobby.
Call it insanity. Better than your
It's one of
Aprilia,
those
though.
things. It's one of those things I really thought I'd enjoy more than I am. And now I've realised it's a bit like playing guitar. I just want to drive it. I don't want to fucking fix it. I just want to play it.
Yeah. It was this Joe 16, but up here it's not like we have a giant warehouse in Alexandria where service agent for X customer gear vanishes and reappears? Huh? Wait, what? Okay, what's going on there? Who's in Alexandria? No one I can think of out there.
I need to pass this. So what he's saying, tech disappeared with people's things?
I don't know.
Do you want to just clarify that for us, Joe?
Yeah.
But up here, it's not like we have a giant warehouse in Alexandria where service agent for XXX customer gear just vanishes and reappears. Oh, okay. So you're just saying your gear just vanishes, reappears with a big bill for straight monkey board replacement. Problem is those boards are expensive. So a lot of them are pricing those boards so it's borderline not worth getting, and just just getting a new speaker, for example. A lot of the PAs are just module swap only, because if you spend the time doing component level repair, your labour costs are going to be up there, and then you've still got the old board just with a problem fixed on it. So a lot of the time they'll just replace a entire board because then it's like a new amp then. But the boards cost like $700-800, and that's cost price. So by the time you've charged like 30% on the board plus, and people get up you for charging a margin. Fuck off. Literally every single service, every single product that you buy in your daily life has a margin on it. If you think we're criminal for charging 20-30% for parts, you can go fuck yourself, honestly. If that's the case, it's the only industry in the world that is expected not to charge a margin. And we have to charge for our time. So say it's an $800 board, you're going to be paying $1,000, $1,100, including GST for that board at least, and then 125, let's say 1 hour's labour, 125, whatever you're charging out labour rate, hourly rate on top of that. So you're talking almost $1,500 for the speaker repaired when a new speaker's $2,000. So
the other thing as well with like board swaps is like, yeah, board swap's a board swap, cool. But you got to make sure that the thing's still working, and that is actually the issue. There is still a level of like troubleshooting and stuff in there. There are a lot of things I work on for Sound Group, for example, which are just board swaps. Still takes me an hour because I've got to make sure that everything's all working, make sure that it's burnt in, and all the things.
Yeah. Like for example, an amplifier I repaired recently, got the replacement board, brand new, put it in, bang! Fucking explosion on the bench. I'm like, what the fuck have I done? I assumed that I did something wrong. Switch my power supply so you can't just slowly ramp it up on the variac. It doesn't turn on until it gets to line voltage. Just a spontaneous inductor explosion. Literally, it was the only thing that could have happened because it was the inductor across the mains, a common mode choke. Nothing else could have caused it. Just a spontaneous failure of a component. Just super bad luck. Fortunately, that's normally a very resilient part that you never have to think about. And I pulled the one off the existing board, put it on the new board. So technically, it's not an untouched new board anymore, but it's got a choke that didn't explode. But then, who do I charge for that labour? You know, I can't charge a customer. Do I charge the supplier? Do I take it off their margin? They won't have a bar of it. They won't fucking pay me anything for it. So now I've sort of taken that money out of my own time through no fault of my own or the customers. So things like that happen, you just got to deal with it. You got to have enough margin in your shit to absorb stuff like that, or you'll just go under in 5 minutes.
Here we go. Joe apparently saying Australis. Well, it can't be Australis anymore because Australis no longer have their own in-house service department. Hence the reason why I'm now doing stuff for them. Basically,
so maybe that's what he's saying though, because it disappears from Australis, goes to some other third party for repair, and then comes back.
Well, no, because they send it straight. They send it straight to us. In the past, they did have their own in-house thing, but it was in Riverwood. So they had Riverwood with the service department and tech department there. They still have the warehouse there, but they've gotten rid of all the service staff. Basically, what happened was obviously one person bought out. Yeah, one person bought out a bunch of these companies, rolled them into one, and then got rid of the internal staff and outsourced it. So now, for example, I do the service work for Australis, CMI, and Innovative Music. So all the products across all the brands. And they, like, for example, at the moment I've got some Lab Group and stuff in here. I've got some Rain stuff, like as in Serato. I've got Vox stuff that's come in. I've got, God, what else? Arturia stuff. Studio Logic.
I think Arturia are pretty open with their schematics, aren't they?
No, God, no. No?
I've got a mini brute schematic somewhere. I don't know where I found it.
Somewhere. Someone put it out there, but no, they're a pain in the ass.
Okay.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah, service
Why
staff
can't one of
all
them be good?
I mean, that's why I say
Because then
Yamaha.
Behringer will rip them off.
Yamaha. Always Yamaha, because, like...
Say that 3 times fast again.
Yamaha.
Damn it.
Yamaha, Moog and a Casio. Good old Savlonic. But no, there's, for example, I just got an email from the service coordinator at Yamaha. Yamaha music training webinar, Thursday, 20th of August, digital piano keyboard maintenance, 1 hour webinar session, digital piano keyboard maintenance for the latest NL4 key mechanism.
Yamaha webinar.
Yeah, so it's like, here we go, here's more training, here's more info, and they've actually set up their system now so that they actually have 2 different forms of their schematics. They've got one which they will provide to customers, no questions asked, which is more of a service document rather than actual schematics, but it gives like troubleshooting tips and basic block diagrams and info.
That's pretty impressive.
Then they've got the service documents for service staff like myself. Because they're like, this is what the law is. We're getting on top of it, and they've made that now for all of their products.
Yeah, it's a law. How is everyone getting away with not providing information? It's so fucked up. They just ignore it.
You have seen the US government, right? Laws don't matter to some people.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Here we go. We got Lyle saying some boutique builders paint components, so it's not obvious. He's just straight fender clone marketing is magic. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So going back to his comment earlier, which I did want to cover, Lyle had a very expensive Dumble clone come in, had painted V-shaped Dale RN resistors, so painted it like by hand, one of which was 820 ohms instead of 82k for the PI plate. Oh, so they never tested it before it went out, right?
AC load line like that.
How the fuck do you get that wrong and put the thing out? Like, no one listened to it, no one tested it, it just got put together and out the door it went.
No. Here you go.
Did they even turn it on?
Lyle saying they can make a motorcycle and a grand piano, but they can't make an SVT that doesn't fail. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. However, the thing is that Ampeg was bought by Yamaha. And what they did was, because obviously they came over from Loud Technologies, and there was a whole thing at Loud, their culture was cut every corner. And they were getting ready for the Heritage release, and they were trying to make some stuff, and they were trying to cut more corners from it. They're like, we got this switch which kind of fails sometimes. Yamaha turned to them and said, put a better switch in. And they're like, but it'll cost money. And Yamaha said, no, put a better switch in. It doesn't matter. None of the SVT products are ones that they've designed. They've spent the last couple of years keeping the old Loud Technology stuff running and sorting out sort of like the best kind of components and stuff where they can for it. The first products that came out of Yamaha design were actually the Venture Base series. So like the VB700 and that. And they are stellar. Absolutely phenomenal. They probably won't...
D?
Yeah. They won't really... They're probably not going to continue with the SVT stuff, like the tube ones. They will be headed for obsolescence in the future.
Yeah, well, they're a bit silly, aren't they? Let's face it.
Look, there's enough of them out there in the backline already. Yeah.
It's a hard way to get 300 watts.
Here we go. We've got Joe saying, the Roland service guys have always been great to me. Never had a problem with receiving helpful documentation. Man, I wish that were the case. I had them approach me because the new guy took over service, because I tried to be a Roland service agent for years. And they just, no, we got our people. It turned out that half the people on their books weren't actually doing it and were either dead or retired. And then they reached out to me and were like, hey, would you be interested in doing service? I'm like, yes, I know this, I know that. I want to be able to access service documents and that. And then never heard back from them. And I can't get documents from them when I need them for new stuff, so I no longer repair anything modern Roland. Parts I can buy, though. Yeah, no, Korg's easy. I do Korg service.
Are they? I thought they were shit.
No, Korg are fine. They're easy to get a hold of.
I better be careful, I'll get sued.
Yeah. No, they're fine, but like... Roland, I can't get parts of them, can't get anything like that, and they are look, they're run by basically a British accountant, so that explains a bit about how they are versus how they were under the original owner. So not much can be done about that.
Ring them up. How much for a new keyboard? Oh, that's gonna be a couple of. What are they saying? Britain? That's gonna be a few bob in it.
Oh, it's going to be a couple of quid, eh? There we go. Answer Joe's question. Speaking of Yamaha, didn't they buy Earthquaker as well? No, they did not. They have a distribution deal with them to support them and get their products into the market. I used to be an Earthquaker dealer here in Sydney, and they just basically support them.
They got some cool stuff.
Yeah, Earthquaker do good stuff. Jamie and his team are quite switched on. They design interesting things, which is good. Here we go. We've got Lyle saying they still route the AC mains right by the preamp board. So the amp heritage hums like crazy. Yep. And look, that was because it was a Loud Technologies amp that was made. It's just, all the manufacturing processes and assemblies are still done by their assembly books, and it's to change the processes with them can be done, but they sell so few of them. Like the Heritages in Australia, there was 3 that came. That's it. Yeah.
Loud Technologies, even when you're not playing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of only 3 that ever came to Australia, Ashdown amps, eat my ass.
Yeah. I've had some very weird correspondence with Ashdown, head office.
Yeah. Well, the guy who owns it is a complete twat.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, that might explain it.
Well, long story short, the BTA 400 was their big bad boy, amp killer thing. 400 watts of KT88s, right? Weighed a fucking ton. That was their prestige amp and all that kind of jazz. Someone was asking about buying one in a Facebook group years ago. And I said in the group, look, I would steer clear of them. I'd go for something else because reliability is not great on them. And repairing them, serviceability is a real pain in the ass because of how they're designed. And some dude turned around and said, oh, no, that's bullshit. Screen capped what I said, shared it in the Ashdown group where the owner is in there, and the owner's like, oh, this guy's full of shit. He's never seen one in his entire life. And I basically, because the dude contacted me.
How does he know?
Because, well, this is the thing. The dude who shared them has said, see, this guy says, you're full of shit. And I turned around and I said, well, here's a photo of one of them on my bench. Because that's where the dude said, we only ever sent 3 to Australia. I'm like, well, here's one on the bench and here's another. I've worked on 2 of them. Therefore, I've worked on 2/3 of all the ones that ever came to Australia. So
you're more qualified than anyone else to say.
Yeah.
Because you've looked at literally the majority of them in Australia.
Yeah, it's they are what they are. They're absolute just...
Shove it up your ass, buddy. So I took objection with their speaker rating because they don't say whether it's RMS or peak.
Yep, I remember that.
And they rated, it was a 1,000-watt cab, and then you peel off the sticker and underneath it says, I can't remember what it was, but it was half the power on the actual speaker under the Ashdown sticker because it was an OEM manufacturer. It wasn't them, it was outsourced. And all the speakers blew up. Of course they fucking did. And because they were in parallel, and they, the rest of them blew up. Once one blew up, the next one blew up. So yeah, peeled it off, and I showed on the short that they're actually rated half of what they say. And he goes, nope, that's incorrect. That's rated for peak power. And go, where does it say peak power, cunt? Where on the back of your amp does it say RMS, cunt? It doesn't say peak or RMS anywhere, does it? So you're misleading your customers. They're plugging a 1,000-watt amp into a 1,000-watt speaker. It's what you do, right? That's what you're told to do. That's what your own fucking documentation says. One of them's peak, one of them's RMS. So what happens? You blow up all your fucking speakers. And he didn't respond to that because he couldn't. He had nothing to say. So, but they go back to their indignance and they don't address the point. They attack your character, and that's just typical misinformation bullshit, man. When they don't have anything to say, they just go at your character. It's like, no, mate, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what kind of person you are. That's the other thing they do. To defend some builders that do really underhanded shit, they go, oh, but he's a lovely bloke. I say, I don't give a fuck if he's motherfucking Mary. He's lying on his documentation.
Just make stuff less shit.
Yeah. Like the first with the Lazy J thing, everyone was like, oh, you're so slack. He's such a lovely person. I go, okay, I've never met him. How the fuck, why would I care what a person he is when I've never met the bloke and I'm never going to? So, I don't know. It's just like, they think that being a nice, personable bloke means you can just lie on all your documentation and build things that are going to set your house on fire. Apparently, you've got license to do that if you're a nice bloke.
Why the hell do I have someone calling from the US?
Might be someone watching.
I don't know. Shouldn't, because it's my mobile.
Could
mobile
be
number ain't online.
someone doxed you.
Oh well. Whatever.
I get
ignore enough
every now and
calls.
then Frankie will give us a ring or send me a message just out of the blue. Frankie. Haven't seen him today. He must be busy. You dodged a bullet with Ashdown garbage. Yeah, the biggest sort of thing that just really sums it all up for Ashdown is they've got two heat sinks apart from each other that are 180 volts apart from each other DC. One's live each when they could have just used a 3-cent micro washer between the transistors and the heat sinks. But they didn't, so they've got oppositely charged heat sinks sitting about half an inch apart, and jammed in between those two hot high voltage heat sinks is a little capacitor, just designed, the single lone capacitor standing on the hill, getting fried by these two heat sinks, and that has been in there, as far as I know, in the entire MAG series, ABM series, ever since their inception. So,
Just
good
make something
times.
that's not shit, mate. That's all you gotta do. Just something that's
Yeah,
not
it'd be
shit.
nice, wouldn't it? Some of these manufacturers, I think the sooner they go over to ice power, the better, because they can't design a fucking output stage.
Yeah. But then you get like Fender who build it around ice power, but then won't provide any support for the rest of the amp.
Yeah. Good on them. Bless them, as they say in the US.
Oh, Lyle, got an email about a Lazy J repair. Oh, haven't opened it yet. Might be good for a giggle. Oh yeah,
just
on.
don't even bother, Lyle. Like honestly, I'd rather every amp with that name on there just keeps being what it is forever. But yeah, if you want to, I'd watch it.
Hells yeah.
I'd definitely watch that video. Like I don't already watch all of his videos. I'm a fanboy.
Well, you're the
Lyle
one that's
fanboy.
crazy enough to get up that early in the morning to go watch him too on the streams.
The live streams, yeah. Well, I'm admin,
my body
mate.
doesn't
I've got
work
it.
that early.
Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I'll sleep in. I've been waking up at 2 a.m. every day. It's so fucked. My smoke alarm went off at 2 a.m. the other night for no reason at all. So I had to get up and turn that off. Then I couldn't get back to sleep, so I thought, fuck it, I may as well get up and watch Lyle. Oh, my seat's playing up. Let's get the less comfy seat. So I've got a couple of Vetuses in.
Oh no.
Got an ET10 and a something B60.
LB60. Yeah.
LB60, that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
They're pretty simple. They'll be right.
They're simple, but every single one of them is fucking different. And they're made out of like the shitty folded bloody galvanized steel fucking the chassis with the two wood blocks on the end.
Yeah, pretty much. I just realised I didn't bump my camera.
There's a reason why
that's
we don't have
pretty
an
much
Aussie
what it is.
manufacturing industry anymore.
Yeah. Well, we do. It's just niche.
Yeah.
It'd be good if we manufactured stuff en masse, but what do we make en masse anymore?
Weapon systems for killing children in Palestine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is that.
Yep.
We've got that going for us, which is nice.
Yeah, that going for me, which is nice.
That's a Caddyshack reference, by the way, champions. I'm not actually a fan of that. So yeah, we've got that. Do we do anything space-wise at the moment?
Yeah, we
I
do
don't know.
some. Yeah.
We do just subcontracting
The most of the
shit,
stuff
don't
that we do is very, very high level tech stuff. Mid manufacturing
CSIRO and
low
whatnot.
yeah, CSIRO, like componentry for various things. Most of our boffins and stuff got shipped off years ago, unfortunately. Like we
make colour bond.
Yeah. It's one of the few things we actually make out of the stuff we dig out of the ground, except
Sheet
we have
metal.
to ship it overseas first to get processed and then back here.
We make metal and paint it. Wow. We've got lots of medium scale manufacturing over here, I guess. Like things will be specialist, dumb shit like water tanks and stuff. Just a lot of that stuff. But we can't build our own submarine apparently, which is sad. We do build trains again though. We've started manufacturing trains in Newtown again.
Not manufacturing.
Newcastle, sorry.
Refurbing, which I love that we're doing that because
Really?
I love the Tangaras. Basically,
Okay. I thought we were building them from scratch.
No, not yet.
Oh,
They're looking to bring it back on, but basically they're doing a refit of the Tangaras to update them to modern specs. So pulling out, because the original Tangaras were fucking amazing design. Like they were just like, we did some phenomenal shit. Yeah. And so they're pulling out the old 80s system that was still running in it, upgrading it with modern controls, modern componentry, doing all the fit outs internally, adding the security cameras, all the stuff to bring them into the modern century to keep them running another 20 years. So they're absolutely fucking
USB
brilliant.
ports, you know.
Yeah, well, that was for the Mariung class ones that were going, the intercity fleet, which finally replaced the old K-sets.
I was so excited first time I went on one of them. And so like, oh, look, it's a new train. It's like being in Japan. Sing Japan.
See, I'm a bit. Look, of course, the autist in me is a fucking train boy. You know, I love Aussie trains. You know, it also reminds me of being a kid with my grandmother. That's what I should do on
Saturday. Saturday, I should do a experience Sydney's train system.
Hells yeah!
Stream. Yeah, I might do that. This is how easy it is to get around Sydney. We've got the metro, bang, 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 and you're there drinking beers before you know it.
Here we go. Joe asking, Tangara or Millenniums? Well, the Millenniums were known as the Millennium train because of how shit they were, and they had issues because they were one of the first trains manufactured overseas, and there were issues integrating them into the network.
Gauges were wrong.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that was fucked up with them. They could only run on certain lines.
That was another Gladys Berejiklian fuck up.
No, it was well before Berejiklian.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Now, Berejiklian brought in the ones after the Millenniums that were also a fuck up, and they were made in Korea. I think it was
Thailand, weren't they?
No, Korea. Thailand.
Okay. There was one made in Thailand. Or was it Vietnam or somewhere?
Nah, Korea.
Okay.
Yeah. All that kind of dumb shit.
You are the autist.
Yes. I also remembering details for this stuff. It's like my level of train knowledge is mainly, I like that. That's pretty and that's cool. And it reminds me of being a kid on a train with my grandmother and going, look, a goods train. And I didn't actually understand what the word goods meant.
Yeah, neither did I. Yeah. I did the same thing. I said, is there a bads train?
Yep.
If that's the goods train, where's the bads train?
Because
my grandma taught me what goods were. She's like, no, goods like materials and stuff. I'm like, oh.
My brain is still I still remember being probably about 3 or 4, and I was right at the tail end of when the original last of the Red Rattlers was on
the Red Rattlers.
Yeah,
you could open the window.
Yeah,
so you could have a smoke.
Yep. So the old 2-story ones, the last ones that were made in the 60s. So
I've never
still
touched
some of them
one.
flying around. I remember going on them. So.
I didn't go on my first train until I was like, it was fucking crazy because Mum and Dad just fucking drove everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
And
middle class family, like you're gonna go on a train.
Yeah, it was like, and I wasn't allowed to go by myself. And they're like, well, if we're going, we're just gonna drive. So I didn't go on a train until I was like 14 or something, 13.
Yeah, right. Fuck.
Yeah, it was weird.
I was all over public transport as a kid. You know, travel everywhere on a train.
Well, and you couldn't keep me off them.
Yeah.
We were going up and down the mountains and stuff all the time, and because a lot of people don't realise there's a train line that runs all the way from the city all the way to my place beyond and out into the mountains. It's actually pretty cool that there's a single line there that does the whole thing. A lot of other countries that would be a separate line, but you can get on a train from the city central and you can go all the way out to bloody Bathurst.
Yeah. Well, pretty much like Australia.
Not that you want to go to Bathurst, but
Australia was smart in how, Sydney was smart in how it laid out the line. Like, because we had good governments back in the day that were more focused on social utility, they actually decided, let's going to throw a bunch of money into the train system and all that jazz. And so they electrified the lines, all of them, going quite a bit out. Whereas the UK is up shit creek because they still have lines that are still running on diesel, even though they get way more passengers than what we do in places. Yeah. Because that's what happens when you privatise it and you go through Maggie Thatcher and all that bullshit. Whereas here in Australia, we've electrified most of our line, and the ones that haven't, you've got like XPT, which runs from here up north, down south, inland, and that. Yeah, we had a hell of a bloody system.
It's quite a experience to be on the platform when the XPT goes past you at full speed, eh?
Yeah, I honestly love. I love
it.
That
intimidating.
I love that they actually redid the original 1980s livery on one of the sets. So it's got the red,
I saw
old
that,
red XPT with the old State Rail
They
logo
did
on
the
there.
old. Yeah, I mean, it was just a vinyl wrap, I think.
Yeah, well, no,
That's still
they've
pretty
like
cool.
redone the outside so that it's got the classic colours.
Yeah, that's
on
what I
there.
mean.
Yeah. And from Lyle, want to laugh? Google U.S. passenger train routes. My friend, I am so much of an autist.
No, we know all about it, buddy.
And I follow people like the Well There's Your Problem podcast and various others. I know all too well just how bad the U.S. train system is, and it's painful because it could have been so much better. It
was better. They literally ripped them out.
Yeah, ripped it all out.
It's like if you look
cars.
at the railway over the years in the US, it was like a fucking. It's like a brain getting dementia.
Well, part of it as
less
well.
and less neurons.
Part of it as well
year.
with the US like train system was that it was all privatized until FDR. So pretty much before that, you had all the private companies are all fighting each other, building rails and tracks, doubling them up, didn't need them, and so you literally like one of the first big bubbles in the US was railways. In the same way that you've got like the dot-com boom and all that shit that happened, railways was one of them.
Well, the whole joke in The Simpsons, like Railway Tycoon, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's a literal game.
Yep. But yeah, they you literally had it to a point where like eventually it was they nationalized the rails, but then they sold them back off, and so now you've got like BSNF and various others that all they want to do is run freight trains because that's more profitable. They don't want to do passenger rail. And they literally live up to the old saying of the ideal rail company is one that owns no track and runs no trains.
That's what capitalism has taken us to, champions. This is why we keep spouting this shit off. We want the world to be better, and everything that is capitalist, it just makes things worse. It's just it's like not even a meme anymore. It's just fucking reality.
Here we go.
Every time there's something for the greater good, it's always the opposite of capitalism. But anyway,
here we go. Going through some more questions. Tasmania makes 40% of the world's narcotics. That is correct. Well, as far as like poppies go, we are one of the largest growers of that specific type of poppy for opium production.
I suppose that explains most Tasmanians.
Yeah. Let's see. We've also got yes. Trace, Eden, SWR, Ashdown, lots of lusted after garbage. Yes, they all are all crap. We got KBK Man 7742. Melbourne trams are built here. Yes, because Melbourne was smart and didn't tear it all out.
That's awesome. I love getting on the trams, man.
Are you guys fans?
Quintessentially Melbourne.
Yeah. Oh well, I've never been there, so I don't know. I got to go there one day.
You've never been to Melbourne?
Nope. I've briefly
let's
been.
Let's go this weekend.
Yeah. All right.
We'll go on a bender. We're starting off on Saturday. We'll end up in Melbourne by Monday, all right?
All right, I'm down. Are you guys fans of the Vic-based building inspector on YouTube? I don't know which one you're talking about. Are you talking about
I've seen him.
Zafir, the WOG guy? Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's got
a
a million
things
on
well.
his...
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
But,
You can tell he's playing it up.
Yeah, but like it is like the shit that he sees. Like that's why even though I'll never be able to afford a house, even if I could, I wouldn't want a new one. There you go. From
old
Paul,
red brick 70s shitbox homes, man. They live forever.
Oath. Yep.
Yep.
Here we go. Paul saying meat and meat products is Australia's biggest industry. Yep. We basically grow. We either grow stuff and ship it out, or we dig it out of the ground and ship it out. That's it.
I don't know about you guys, but meat's my biggest industry. I'll tell you what.
Look, mine's about average. Okay, it's about an average industry.
Drop the camera down. Hang on. No.
Terry apparently landed a train design contract using CAD and SolidWorks, but turned it down. Oh, started repairing electronics, working for myself. Ugh. Oh well. Yeah.
Terry's another good repairer too. I forgot to mention Terry earlier. He's another
miles beyond my skill.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a train up.
No, I didn't mean to say that so quickly.
Everyone's beyond my skill. It's
yeah,
easy.
yeah, totally. I mean,
look. All I'm hoping is that you guys don't realize that I'm an idiot until I've at least made enough to be able to buy myself a nice pine box to bury myself.
Dude, I think if they think I'm smart, you've gotten in too. So.
Nah. Look, I'm just good at recalling facts because I got the tisms. All right. You know.
Yeah, but I'm not even good at that.
Yeah, but you can figure shit out.
Well, Takes time.
I can just remember random facts, random details and informations and anything that like happens to pique my interest, which is a lot of things, admittedly.
I was curious if not drinking for a month might improve my memory, but nah, it hasn't at all. If anything, it's made it worse.
See, I don't drink very often, although last night I was drinking because we were over at my brother's place because we were having a bit of a late celebration of my what would have been my mother's birthday, so we're doing all that jazz and whatnot, and a couple of beers, doing all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, so tell me about that restaurant you went to. Where was that? That was Vaucluse, wasn't it?
Double Bay.
Double Bay.
Double Bay. The kind of place that you and I can only ever go there if we're fixing something for someone or building something for someone.
Exactly. Yeah. I built a few houses. Oh, built a few houses worth of joinery there anyway.
Yep. Like
my
Double
browser
Bay.
just shit itself. Is it back?
Well, you're still
No,
there
we're back.
apparently. Yeah.
I think my video card died for a second.
Double Bay, for those who don't know, is the kind of place where it's got one of the highest average incomes in Australia. And within a space of 5 minutes, I saw a late model Ford GT, an Aston Martin DBS, 2 Bentley Bentegas, and God knows how many Mercedes AMGs. Like that kind of area, which is absolutely wild.
Just swapping units, hang on.
But so I went there because I'm Hungarian, got the citizenship and all the rest of that to go with it. And there's not really any Hungarian restaurants left in Australia, Sydney, because all the old people have passed away. It's not like we had the massive influx of immigration like so many others. So we went there because there is an old Hungarian restaurant that's still operating called 21 Espresso, which is like the antithesis of everything that people are into these days, and that's why I love it so much. You go in there and it is old school fit out, old school like menu. They don't change anything. It's been there since 1958. The original owners, grands, kids, and daughter own it and run it now, using the same recipes and everything. And going in there and just it's brilliant. It's not like you have to change everything every 5 months and put a new menu and chase the latest trends and viral. It's like, no. To my left, there was a dude who probably earns 10 times what I earn, like a old grey-haired dude sitting there in a suit, reading a bloody magazine, having a coffee and somebody like sandwich or something. To the right of me, some old ladies sitting there talking with a very thick accent, obviously Hungarian as well. And then some like young people who came in as well, and they were grabbing lunch from the area. And yeah, it was great to be able to actually have like proper Hungarian food in a restaurant that isn't like modern fusion shit or whatever. It's like
everything's fusion these days, eh?
Yeah. Well, it's like here is a traditional gypsy schnitzel, Hungarian style. So the meat is thicker. It's not like pounded super
You're a
thin.
gypsy schnitzel.
But it had the sauce. I got to have it with the gnocchi because I like having the gnocchi with it when you got the sauce because you can soak it up. The missus had baked eggs, which had lecho in it, which is like capsicum and tomatoes and stuff that's cooked down. And then for dessert, we had palacinta.
This was the lighthouse I thought you took a photo of, Macquarie Lighthouse.
It is, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah,
okay, right.
Because
basically
that's the
one I took some photos of too.
Once we finished lunch, we went for a drive and went up to those rich parts of Sydney, and so we went along a walk at the foreshore where Vaucluse House is, where Hermit Beach is. Yeah. Went there, and then we went over the other side.
Vaucluse and Watson's Bay I did a lot of work in. The last job I ever did for one of these fuckwits was Vaucluse.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare.
Yep.
No planning at all.
No.
Coming up with shit off the cuff changes on the site, not realising that we had to go and polish shit if you changed anything. It had to go through a 2-week process. And this was all just before Christmas. So, of course, everything had to get done before Christmas, even though they hadn't moved in yet. So it didn't matter. But this was the typical...
The family used to do like the demolition business and all the rest of that, and so we'd do stuff out that way. And these were people who literally you'd turn up and like, oh yeah, rip out that kitchen there and just get rid of the appliances. 3-year-old Miele dishwasher and like
you used to get some mad free shit.
Our washer and dryer at home were like top of the line Miele that we got for nothing from someone who's just throwing it out because like my family worked on like Rick the Melian's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother worked on some really high ticket shit. I'm talking.
Yep.
Like
when he made the humidor.
Yeah, well, that was Lachlan Murdoch. He gave it to a friend of his, and that was a gift. And my brother made a Kookaburra marquetry on the top of a cigar humidor.
Now we got Lyle going out. Got to go crash. Good night, Lyle. Have fun.
We better fuck off too. I've been streaming for most of my natural life today.
Yeah, but hey, you know what?
It's almost, what is it? It's almost 4 p.m.
Yeah,
it's almost knock-off time, Jimmy. Yeah, same here.
But hey, on the plus side, we know that this works.
Yeah, I think everything worked all right.
Yeah. We'll set up the audio properly, and I'll help you with set up your bits and pieces, make that work well, and then we can basically make this a regular thing. People can come along, check it out, and we'll actually have topics to chat about and all of that fun stuff. So if you haven't already, I poked people in the chat before, but like, subscribe, share it around, make sure you're here, check things out, because yes, the algorithm controls our lives. It fucking sucks, you know?
Spread it around like butter, innit?
I need to go down to Melbourne because it's way more up my alley, apparently, from what I've heard. And yes, I would love to go and check out, was it called The Little Hungarian? Okay. I will always judge a place by their langosh. If they make shit langosh, not going to be good. That's always the hard one.
That's the litmus test.
Exactly.
The langosh.
Langosh.
Yeah. Langosh test.
Yeah. Going to make
I don't know what
proper
that
langosh.
is, but okay.
Yeah. The langosh is like a fried potato bread that you top with sour cream, cheese, garlic. You know, it's just quintessentially Hungarian.
Sweet.
You know, I think I'm going to make goulash for dinner tonight. I haven't made in ages, but like my family, with the part that we're from, and we modified the recipe somewhat, we actually make it with lamb neck from time to time. It's so good.
Oh, I love all parts of lamb are good.
Yeah. Lamb.
Except the brains. I'm not a big...
Last night we went to Lakemba and went to a Lebanese joint that we go to regularly. Make some of the best falafels, and
I want to go to Lakemba during like Eid, whatever it is,
the Ramadan markets.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to come, let us know, because we're like literally 5 minutes down the road from it.
It looks so good.
It's insane.
All the write-ups we've seen about it, it's been so awesome.
It's like one of the few places that's psychotically packed that is like kind of worth it. But yeah, when it's on next, let me know. We'll go together, because we're just down the road from it, so we can literally like I mean, it's a hell of a long walk. It's about a 5-minute drive, but yeah, you can Uber it there easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, subscribe, do all that kind of shit. I'm going to go find some food because I'm fucking starving and I don't know what I'm going to eat.
One thing I said to the missus the other day, which she doubled, every now and then I surprise her with something so trashy and westy that it takes her aback. I said, "Oh, I'm so hungry. I could eat the snatch out of a low-flying seagull." She's like, "That's fucked." She just doesn't even laugh when she goes serious and looks at me and just goes, "That's fucked." Like she's laying down the law. Don't say that again. And here I am saying it on a YouTube live stream.
It's all right. Look, we're introducing Aussie bogan culture to our American and foreign friends, you know?
That's right. I'm sure there's plenty of other sayings that people have internationally that are just as bad.
I don't know, man. The Australian euphemisms are pretty fucking special. Classic colloquialisms and all the rest of that. Fuck, yeah. Happy like a dog with two dicks.
Yeah, busier than a dog with two dicks.
There we go.
What was the AVE one? Busier than a 10-pecker billy goat.
Busier than a 10-pecker billy goat.
It suits a Canadian accent for sure.
That's a right choocher there.
Oh, golly, oh gosh. All right, legends, take it easy.
Great
hanging out. And I hope we didn't offend too many people, but hey, that's what the internet's for, eh?
If we did, don't be such a fucking snowflake, eh? Harden up.
Yeah, that's right. And if anyone wants to punch on, well, you know where my street address is. So
yeah, my street address is there, but you never know if I'm there.
Yeah, that's true. All right, legends, love you all. Take it easy.
Love you. Thank you. Bye bye.
See you next time.
Peace.